of foundation and concrete industry experience and the most experienced crews in the great state of Colorado. Guys, Homestrong inspectors are highly trained, and your inspection and quote are free. Drywall cracks, foundation cracks, water issues, cold, wet crawl space. Call Homestrong. They do it all. Foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, egress windows, concrete lifting. You can turn that crawl space to a basement. Guys, a lifetime transferable warranty on most of their work, plus financing is available. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
Brenda Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
AutoNation's July 4th sale means savings worth celebrating. Right now, drive new and used cars with zero down. Plus, make zero payments for 90 days. Thousands of vehicles. Thousands in savings. Put zero down. Make zero payments till fall on all your favorite new vehicles. Don't miss out. Save now through July 4th weekend only. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation. Less stress, more go. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 7/5/26.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Tuesday, June 30th. And a beautiful day in the Mile High City. A Tuesday that feels like a Thursday. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, ZB? It is a Tuesday. It is feeling like a Thursday. We're getting ready to get off and rolling and cracking and crack-a-lacking and backing, and we're back here. But ZB, It was a funny little interaction that you just had with old Joey. I just have to put it out there, man.
Oh, my
all our
gosh.
listeners that are diehard listeners, you guys understand and know what happened to OZB Friday.
Well, I only told the story once, and our audience is always coming and going.
That is true.
And we'll get to the NFL Top 100 list and the question that I asked here just a second ago. But, yeah, so real quick, to reset what happened on Friday after the show, I got off the air at Arvada Beer Garden, and I stayed and had a beer, and I went out to my car. My car was gone.
It was gone.
Okay, and I have a 25 Ford Bronco, sweet ride, wrapped in Ramos Law, insignia, and it's great. I have a little side thing with them, and it's a blessing. And my car was gone because when I showed up to the show, the Arvada Beer Garden parking lot was completely full. It's not a very big parking lot, all right? And so then there's parking on the street, but the parking on the street actually belongs to the apartment building that's across the street from Arvada Beer Garden.
So weird, man.
It's
like you park your car on the street.
Yeah, a little
That's
bit.
how you get it stolen.
A little bit atypical that the apartment complex would own the street parking, and so but the signage isn't great. So I parked illegally initially, and because I had to get in, come jump on the air. So I threw my keys to Joey from Promotions, Joey Freeberg, who does a great job for us here, has done some digital stuff for us. You may have seen him. Writes some articles at DenverSports.com. Yep. And I said, Joey, can you help me out? Can you park this? And he's done this for me in the past. And he's helped me out, and he didn't realize that he just moved it further down the street, and it was still illegally parked. And so I got my car towed. And so here I think I'm like having a beer and going home to a relaxing Friday night. Oh, no. No relaxation would be had.
You're like, did I have one beer or did I have three?
I called the towing service, and I said, do you guys have my car? And they're like, yeah, we do. And I'm like, well, can I come get it? They said, no, you can't. You need an appointment. And I said, well,
we do, and we're not giving it back.
Well, when's the next appointment? And this is like 6:45, maybe 7 o'clock. And they said 9:45 tonight. And I said, what? I said, okay, I'm not going to come get it now. And I said, I'll come get it tomorrow. What availability do you have? They said, most of the day is open. I said, okay. In my head, I'm going, I got a baseball game at 8 I have to be at. A baseball game at 10 I have to be at.
You're booked.
That will be done around noon. I can get there at 12:30, no problem. I said, how about 12:30? They said, 12:30 works. Perfect. So the next morning, I'm at the baseball game, game 1 in Littleton, and I get a call confirming an appointment for 10:15. And now I didn't share this. I actually called back a second time the previous night because I didn't know if they said 9:15 or 9:45 for the next appointment. I'm like, if it's 9:15, could I just stick it out and get dinner here and go get it and just get this over with tonight? They said, it's 9:45. I said, all right, screw it. I'm just going to go home. And so they called me the next day. So I confirmed it for a second time on the phone that the appointment's for 12:30. They call me. They leave a voicemail. I didn't recognize the number, so I didn't pick it up. They said, hey, we're confirming your appointment for 10:15. I said, hold on a second. I said, I double confirmed with you. 12:30. Pretty sure it was the same woman.
They scamming.
Pretty sure it was the same woman. I said, you said 12:30. We talked twice last night. They said, you can come pick it up at 12:30. But we're going to hit you with an administration fee of $75. We're going
to hit you with the luxury tax.
I said, well, how much does it cost to come pick up the car? She said, $436.
Oh, come on.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, dude, you could have knocked me over with a feather. I could not believe that that's what they said, this company, Colorado Auto Recovery. And so I get a lift. I have to leave my son's baseball game, so I'm missing his second game. And I get a lift there, go to pick up the vehicle, and dude, it's a sketchy area in Denver, not Arvada. And it's like an industrial park, and their building is it's a trailer.
It's like a mobile home.
Yes, it's a trailer. It's a single mobile home, not even a double wide. And I walk inside, and you can't see who you're talking to. They put this silver mirror taping over the whole window. And I'm like, first of all, I saw my Lyft driver, this little Mexican woman bringing me there. She's like looking around actively like, where are we?
He's like, where are you taking me?
And I'm looking around too. Like, I don't know, Maria. Maria,
we got to get out of here.
Let's stick together.
Stay here.
And she drops me off, speeds off, and there I am alone. I can't see the person I'm dealing with. And the whole thing was so sketchy. It was so sketchy. But what happened was it happened because Joey accidentally misparked my car.
Yeah, it's Joey's fault.
So
at the end of all this, it is Joey's fault.
It's actually not. At the end of the day, I'm the adult. I take responsibility for anything to do with me. Like that falls on me.
Mm-hmm.
Now Joey happened to be the vessel to make the mistake. So he just came walking through here in between our crosstalk.
It looked like my man was crying.
I haven't seen him, but he like sheepishly like sticks his head through, and his like face is all red. And he's like, Zach, I am so sorry.
Trembling too, and I'm like, lip trembling. I'm like, damn, what's happening?
And I tried to I'm like, Joey, dude, stop. It's all good. Like I'm okay. I got the car. The situation's behind me. But you could see the look of like
everything is gravy. $500 down the drain. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. You just keep being you.
Oh, my gosh.
Get the belt out, Z.
No, I was not going to do that to him. I basically, and you were right here. I tried to I'm like, dude, put it out of your mind. I'm like, I have not thought of this. You don't think of it. I'm blessed. It's behind me. It's all good. But that was a funny scene that I wish we had on camera.
Oh, my man looked like he was crying. But you did a great job, Z. You gave him a hug. You slapped him on the butt and said, next time, man.
It's all good.
Don't let it happen again.
It is all good. At the end of the day, I'm the adult, right? I'm having someone park my car. It's not his fault. But it was kind of.
but it was. But it was.
Dude,
I trusted him.
I have to give a quick shout out too, man. I have to get a quick shout out too because I didn't mention this yesterday, and it so richly deserves to be mentioned. So I have a buddy, Philly Nick.
Yeah.
And he introduced me to a friend years ago, Dr. Dave Lee. If you know Dr. Dave Lee, he is a doctor for Kaiser Permanente, and I've known him for years. I've gone to a Bronco game with him, and so he is trying to help me find my car. He walked out with me, and I'm like, once I eventually figured out what was going on, called the place, I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. I'm like, Dave, I'll see you. Thanks for trying to help me. And he goes, I'm going to bring you home. And I'm like, well, where do you live? He goes, I live, up here. I'm just about, 15 minutes down the road. I'm like, Dave, I live 40 minutes away from here.
Down over here.
Yeah, and it could be 45. I'm like, you know what I mean?
No, it was like 50 minutes.
And that was with some traffic. No. At that time in the evening, the traffic had gone down, so it's going to be about 40 minutes away. And I'm so bad at asking for a favor, accepting favors, right? I told you I parked a mile away and walked to work when we had, a hail warning.
Yeah.
I could have just asked to use our garage. I'm like, whatever.
No, you wanted to put me, take some time away from my family to have you drop you off at your car. I get you. Selfish.
So I'm just bad at asking for things, right? And I'd rather do it myself and it be hard than ask someone else and it be easy.
For sure.
And so I'm like, Dave, I'm lifting home. He goes, please. He's like, please let me do this for you. He goes, I listen to you every day. He's like, dude, like your guys' show, it's brought me so much enjoyment and entertainment. It's like, let me do this for you. So that man, Dr. Dave Lee, if you know him, text him. We gave him the biggest shout on the fan. He's
rocked up too, by the way. My man got some muscle to him.
He drove me 40 minutes home and then drove all the way back on a Friday night.
So there still are really good people out there.
Incredible people.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on the news, and you're like, man, the world is just, it's bad.
Yep.
But there's still people out there that care, that are willing to do the right thing, even if it is taking time away from their family for a little while because of a hailstorm, and you have to take your co-host there and come back.
It was 1 mile away, Phil. It was 1 mile
Come
away.
on.
You could drive me a mile. I've carried you for 3 years here. It's the least you can do. It's the literal least you can do.
I guess.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Story time is over. The NFL Top 100 list continues to trickle out. Here's my question. You can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043 or our YouTube chat powered by Sean Honda. Here's my question. What Bronco that won't make the list will have the best chance to be on it next year based on what we expect him to do this coming season? That's next.
The Nuggets summer is heating up, and the biggest questions are still on the table. Will Nikola Jokic sign an extension or keep Denver holding its breath? Could a blockbuster Jamal Murray trade reshape the roster? And with Payton Watson hitting restricted free agency, what does the core look like moving forward? Stay locked in. Denver Sports has you covered all offseason long. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are driving down that street thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that's the case, then guys, you got to get a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's going to begin for you at Williams Jewelers. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, plus the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and of course the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at Bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here, now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
Guys, are you looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get Advanced Hair's breakthrough one-day treatment during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. For details and a free consultation, call 720-459-HAIR or at advancedhair.com.
Tune in to Mile High Money.
My biggest goal is education. I come from a family of educators, and I want you to know the who, the what, the why, the when, the how.
Helping you achieve your ideal retirement.
The risk that you're taking, does that equal the return that you should be getting? And a lot of times, the answer is no.
Tune in to Mile High Money with Adam Moeller. Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Stoke here from my local hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. I have known the Rocks team for years. They have serviced my own house. Right now, out-of-state private equity corporations are buying local HVAC companies, providing higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. When it comes to your heating and cooling needs, go with the local Colorado team I know and trust. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Summer in Colorado means more water use. Call Benjamin Franklin for water heaters, drains, water quality, and more. Available 24/7 with a satisfaction guarantee. Look at BenjaminFranklinDenver.com.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is ball, B-A-L-L. Text ball to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's B-A-L-L to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
The NFL Top 100 list continues to trickle out today. What Bronco that won't make the list will have the best chance to be on it next year based on what we expect them to do in 2026? Wanted to get to this here a second ago, but we got sidetracked, and it's all good. We got 4 hours to hang out and talk sports.
Got nothing but time, baby.
Nothing but time here on a Tuesday. And just for house cleaning, I said that it's a Tuesday that feels like a Thursday a few minutes back. We are going to be off Thursday and Friday for the holiday. There aren't many sports radio companies around the country that are going to give their employees Thursday as well as Friday.
Exactly.
We work for Bonneville, and they are just kind of a cut above, and so we are going to be off at the end of the week and have a 4-day weekend.
Treat us well, man.
And then beyond that, and I can't believe this is true, just for clarity, I'm not going to be here all next week.
Oh, I forgot that you told everybody that you don't want to be with me for a week.
No, it's not that. What's crazy is between Thursday and Friday off, plus all next week, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the most days off of work I've had since the summer after I graduated college and took a couple months off and just kind of hung out and partied.
Z, like you said earlier, man, you've been carrying me for 3 years. You need that rest. You're getting a little older, okay, a little bit more grayer, a little bit more pudgier up here. Go get you a nice vacation, all right, and enjoy the beach. I'll hold this down. I'll come up with the teases.
Yeah, I want to see this.
We'll be back.
Oh my gosh, and I guess on a more serious note, like, you know, because I've talked about it, we've planned a trip to Disney for a year, 1 year, and had it all ready to go, everything paid for, and we got the news a couple weeks ago, really unfortunate news on my wife's side of the family that her dad has cancer, and has prostate cancer, and it's going to be a really hard year. Hopefully we're going to come out the other side of it and everything's going to be okay. But it's a blow to the family. The family's shaken, and they were coming to Disney with us. And so you talk about one of the hardest conversations I've ever had to have as a dad was telling my 7-year-old last weekend, who's already got every ride picked out for Disney.
Oh, he's ready to go.
That we're not going. And he thinks we're leaving in 2 weeks and saying we're not going. So we're going to go to South Carolina and visit her parents. Who would love to see us at this time. And by the way, if you're an energy person, send vibes. If you're a believer, send some prayers from my father-in-law, Wayne, who I was just taking to his first ever NHL game here in the Avs postseason with my son, and then a month later or whatever it was, we get this news. So, okay, the NFL's top 100 list continues to trickle out. All right, we got 2 more names today. No Broncos. What Bronco do you think will have the best chance to be on this list next year based on your bullish nature going into the 26th season?
Ooh, Z, you think you know me because I think you think I know what I'm going to say. But for me, who I'm going with, who's going to be on this list next year, guaranteed, is going to be Mr. J.K. Dobbins. As long as my man can stay healthy.
Well, hold on a second.
Okay, I had to shoehorn that one in because my man hasn't been able to stay healthy. But
Well,
the reason,
it's not shoehorned in. It's the front of the shoe.
Yeah, but I have to say it because I truly believe that he can be an NFL's top 100. He can be a top running back in the league. Number one, I don't know. You got to have a little bit of luck for that. But the reason why I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins is because I'm going to believe what that man said. He said he's going to stay healthy this year. When he is healthy, he's very explosive. The man averaged 5 yards a carry last year, over 700 yards, and only played in 10 games. Now you're adding a receiver like Jalen Waddle to go with Cortland Sutton. All right, you have someone like Troy Franklin that's going to take the next step in the right direction. Now defenses are going to have to play back. Defenses can't put another guy in the box. And what I mean by the box, a guy on the line of scrimmage. All right, so now it's going to free up the run game. You have an offensive line that's been together for 3, maybe even 4 years now. And J.K. Dobbins, who fits the system and is very patient and has great vision. J.K. Dobbins could go for 1,000 yards this year, 1,000 plus, like he should have last year. And he's going to be on the NFL's top 100 list next year. Book that.
Book it.
Book it.
Well, okay. Do I believe that J.K. Dobbins has the talent to be on that list? Of course. He could have been on this list 5 times already. I mean, J.K. is that good of a running back when he's available. Since coming into the league, he is top 5 in the NFL at yards per carry. The proof is in the pudding. You know, when he has his cleats on game day, he's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, he's missed more games than he's ever played in. You know, and so it's like the world's biggest caveat to an athlete. I mean, this was the only reason that he became available in the first place was this issue. So, but I like where your head's at. It's certainly optimistic. You're banking on something that we've never seen before. So I don't know if I'm going to book it.
But I'm trusting what JK's saying.
How about this? You're trusting what JK. How about actions over words? He's never stayed healthy ever. I know what he said.
Sometimes you got to listen to what people say now.
So how about this? Instead of booking it, as you say, I'll bookmark it.
Ooh,
I'll bookmark it. How many games? Here's my follow-up. How many games does J.K. Dobbins need to play to make this list? Because my brain goes to he's got to play at least 15.
Okay, that's exactly where I was going to go with it. At least 15 games this year, right? 15 games, the playoffs, have a really great year running the ball, right? Some touchdowns with Sean Payton and Davis Webb. They need to let my man score this year, not just R.J. Harvey or Coleman. So 15 games, EB. I can get there with you with 15 games.
Because if he plays in 15 games, let's just use last year's numbers just as a template, if you will. Last year, he ran for 772 yards in 10 games. That is an average of 77 yards per game. 77 times 15 is 1,155 yards. And so I think that people want to co-sign JK, but they can't because of the things that we understand all too well. So if he gives them a bona fide, over 1,100 yard season, and if he did that, that would put him around, what was the number I said? 1,155. Yep. That would put him as the league. He would be a top 10 runner. He would do essentially what nearly what Javonte Williams did a year ago, which was the very guy he was replacing, which makes it ironic, painfully.
But you know what, ZB? He should be able to do that with his talents as long as he stays healthy because of the people around him. Bo Nix getting better. Davis Webb, new offensive play caller, who's going to open up the playbook and kind of spread the offense out a little bit more so there should be more running lanes. All right, you have your fullback coming back. That's going to help you out. The offensive line we talked about. Like J.K. Dobbins, there are no excuses. The man has to stay healthy, and he has to get past 1,000 yards, and he'll be in the top 100 list because we need him. If we're going to get to a Super Bowl, it's going to be because of the run game and, of course, the offense. But the run game in the playoffs, that matters, man. You have to be able to run the ball when it gets cold.
All right, shifting gears. If you want to respond or react to that conversation in any way, you can. RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043, or our YouTube chat powered by Sean Honda. We could get news about Cale Makar's mega deal as soon as tomorrow, but that's not what we're hearing. We'll pass along the update and predict where his deal eventually lands coming up next.
The countdown is on. Broncos training camp is less than a month away. Rookies report July 22nd. Veterans hit Broncos Park powered by Common Spirit on the 28th. Bo Nix is expected back at full speed. Sean Payton skipping joint practices to maximize every rep. And it all builds toward a season opener on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. From camp battles to kickoff, Denver Sports has you covered. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
If you miss the filing deadline again, the consequences can be substantial and the penalties huge. After 5 months, you'll owe late filing penalties of 25%, not to mention interest. The recent IRS tactics include prosecuting more non-filers, often criminally. So call the people I trust, Advanced Tax Solutions. They will help you get back into the system and off the IRS's radar. 303-753-6040 or visit advancedtaxsolutions.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Most small business break-ins happen between 2 and 5 a.m. The owner finds out when they unlock the door at 7. Pull footage from a consumer system and you get a silhouette in a hoodie. Nothing identifiable. Vantage installs cameras that read a face in total darkness. And they don't stop at cameras. Access control, network, intercom, cabling, AV. One company, one number. Ready to invest in real security for your business or property? Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit business.vssicolorado.com today.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs. Unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off. The evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood test. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at beattheda.com or 720-706-5151.
Cecil Lammy here from my friends SodaDietAndNutrition.com. They've got a big summer offer. You can get 4 weeks free. Call 866-800-SODA and mention this station, 104.3 The Fan. 866-800-SODA. Mention this station to get 4 weeks free. Their big summer offer going on right now. It's Soda, Diet, and Nutrition. I want you to call up 866-800-SODA. Listen, 5 years ago I lost 60 pounds with soda, and I'm never going back. Why? Because they taught me how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. And having those tools is amazing for your weight loss journey because it's about knowing what you need every single day and then having your own nutritionist, a personalized nutritionist with a personalized plan for you, the dynamic diet for you, custom built for you so that you can lose weight and you can keep it off. And that's the main thing. 5 years have gone by and those 60 pounds are not coming back. They'll never come back because I learned how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat, all thanks to Soda. SodaDietNutrition.com. Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Rolling along here on a Tuesday. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Hopefully you're having a great day. I want to talk about Cale Makar because we could get news about Cale's mega deal as soon as tomorrow, but we're not going to. And we'll talk about why here in just a second. Guys, summer is here. That means road trips, but with high gas prices, you may be questioning whether or not to take that trip. Denver Sports is here to help. Enter for your chance to win a weekly $250 gas card and a possible grand prize of $1,000. All you have to do is listen for the keyword every hour and text it to 303-713-1043 before that hour ends. The more keywords you enter, the more chances you have to win. For complete rules, visit denversports.com/keyword. Okay, Cale Makar, he is entering the final season of a 6-year, $54 million contract with the Avs that he signed back in July of 2021. And I cannot believe we are at the end of this contract. I remember when he signed that thing. You talk about a deal. You talk about a deal that the Avs have been, 6 years for $54 million for Cale. Holy smokes. The max a player can sign for under the new salary cap, which is $104 million in the NHL for this coming season, the max Cale can sign for is $20.8 million. Now that number jumps up to almost $23 million in July 2027 under the new salary cap that will go up another $9 million, almost $10 million to $113.5 million salary cap for the 27 season. And we are hearing reports from Pierre LeBrun and others that we should not expect, well, I'll read right from LeBrun's article, quote, "We shouldn't expect a Makar extension Wednesday, according to league sources who were granted anonymity to address negotiations that aren't public. There really hasn't been much work done on it. Both sides intend to get it sometime this summer, to be sure." So it just doesn't sound like, well, two things are both true. It doesn't sound like they're close at all to hammering out this extension, but it also doesn't sound like it's anything to worry about either.
Yeah, this honestly might be the first time looking at a professional organization and feel confident that they're going to get something done with their player. A lot of times, general manager may say, hey, we're going to get something done, but it takes two to tango. In this case with Cale, I think Cale loves it here in Colorado. Yeah. All right, like he's the face with Nathan MacKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche, but also he has a great relationship with the front office with Sakic. And so I think something's definitely going to get done. It's just about when it's going to get done, right? You go through these contracts and these negotiations. You want to make sure that if you're Cale's agent, you want to make sure everything's done the right way, and you don't have to rush it because both sides want to get it done.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried.
No, I'm not. Dave Pagnotta of the Fourth Period said, quote, "One extension we certainly will not see on Wednesday is Cale Makar's next contract with the Colorado Avalanche. According to two separate sources, Makar and the Avalanche have just started the dialogue on a new deal, and serious negotiations have not even begun. A deal will get done at some point and could make Makar the highest paid player in the NHL once his extension begins, but Joe Sakic and Makar's camp will get things rolling at some point this summer, and no, there is zero concern from either side. It'll get done," end quote. Okay, where do you think this thing will eventually land? All right, Pierre LeBrun, think of him as, if you're not, up to speed, think of him as like Ian Rappaport of the NHL. He said, quote, "I get that Makar would never ask for the max in that Avalanche cap culture with a tone set by Nathan MacKinnon, who has never fully flexed financially. Mind you, when MacKinnon signed his last deal in September 2022, he became the highest paid player in the NHL at $12.6 million per year." And LeBrun goes on to say, quote, "I don't think there's a world in which Makar and his reps, brothers Brian and Scott Bartlett, will ask for less than Kaprizov." And we know Kirill Kaprizov is going to make $17 million.
Yeah.
So ultimately, where do you think this lands? And it's interesting that they reference, hey, and this is so hockey, they would never ask for the max And it's like, these football players, they're asking for the max they can get.
Max it out.
These NBA players, they're trying to max it out, but they reference the cap culture here in Colorado.
No, for sure. I think that there's something to that when it comes to the cap culture and Nate Dogg doing what he did. But also, if you're Kel, it's like, look, I have a chance to set the record. I have a chance to do something that has never been done, and now people are going to look at me as the highest paid player. Now, I'm not saying I want 18 or 19 million. Maybe it's 17.1. All right, just to be able to have that edge.
You're the highest paid player to have that title.
Have that title for a little while. I can see something like that happening. You can take the team-friendly deal. Maybe it is 16 million, 15 million, but I still think for Kel and his party and his agent still wants to get paid.
Sure.
So he's going to say, let's just go for 17.1. Just because we can. And they know that they should be able to at least give us that because of who you are. Best defenseman in the world, two-way player.
Yeah.
Like, put a little bit of respect on your name.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. It really is interesting. And this agency group, which I looked into today, they've done some real NHL deals, okay? But the highest being about $10.5 million, okay, which is still a big NHL deal. This is going to blow that out of the water. This is going to be the biggest deal that this agency has ever done by a wide margin. And so what do they want to aim for?
What do you think the final number is going to be, man?
I do not think for a while, for like the past year, it's been blank check. There's going to be blank check for Cale, and he could get 20. I don't think he's going to get 20 because I don't think he's going to ask for 20. But that being said, I don't think anyone would blink if he actually did make $20 million because all due respect to Kaprizov, they're not even in the same category as players. And so if that's where the market is, right, and the market is whatever someone's willing to pay you, I'm just interested how much of a discount will Cale be looking for. And for a long time, too, there was this sentiment, well, no one can make more than Nate.
I know.
Nate's at 12.6. You've heard that too, right?
Many times.
And it's like, wait, hold on a second. No.
Come on now.
That's not right either. So I think he's going to beat out Kaprizov's deal, but he's going to do it kind of in a vein that you sort of suggested. Now, I don't mean, 17.1. I think it's like, 17.8. It could touch 18, but I think it'll live somewhere between, I'll call it 17.5 and 18.5, right there in that sweet spot, if I had to guess. How about you?
I'm with you. I think it's going to be $17.5 million that Cale's going to get. And like the first domino fell, that you guys shouldn't have to worry. His brother signed back here.
Yeah,
right?
Taylor, yeah.
Taylor McCarr signs back here for 2 more years. That's a telltale sign right there that they're going to get something done if you are one of those guys panicking, which you shouldn't. And, yeah, Cale's going to make around $17.5 million a year, baby.
We shall see. Don't expect a deal. Even though it can be announced tomorrow, they're not even close to getting this done, according to some of these NHL insiders. But you referenced Taylor McCarr getting done. Yesterday at this time, Bronny James got done. And to some, that signaled that LeBron was going to be back in Los Angeles. And that will not be the case. LeBron, after 8 years, moving on from the Lakers, it will impact the Nuggets. We'll talk about why. Also, do the Broncos actually have a star on their hands instead of a pleasant surprise? Why we may be looking at one guy in Denver all wrong. That's next.
Colton, Drury, and Nichushkin all gone. New faces are already in the fold, with the entire blue line back as well after a Western Conference final sweep that still stings. How will the Avs retool around McKinnon for another cup run? Every trade, every signing, every take. Denver Sports has you covered all summer long. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
At Siltahar Motors, Ford and Lincoln employee pricing wraps up on July 6th. If it's been on your list, now's the time. You pay what Ford employees pay on hundreds of new vehicles. Thousands off sticker, no negotiating. The price is the price. Employee pricing won't last, but Siltahar always has something great coming. 66 years of finding ways to take care of Colorado. See all that is available at sthmotors.com, Highway 36 and Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
When it's sports, you love watching the pros.
If it's surgery, you definitely want the pros.
When you need a new roof, call Denver Roof Pros.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof roof like the Denver Roof Pros.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General contractors, are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
If you're going to ask her to spend the rest of your life with you, shouldn't you give her a diamond worthy of that journey?
One that you can give her with no regrets?
A diamond that shines like no other.
That's why our family started Williams Jewelers over 75 years ago. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Bruce Williams. Today, Williams Jewelers is Denver's finest diamond engagement ring store with 10 times the selection of diamonds, engagement rings, and wedding bands you'll find in average stores.
Where you get a lifetime quality guarantee that protects you for the life of the ring.
A lifetime diamond upgrade guarantee.
A 30-day money-back price and total satisfaction guarantee.
And no regrets.
Give her a diamond worthy of her and your money's worth.
Say will you with Williams.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's 2 things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurance. Not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly, and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me, and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
Dan, I'm not looking to get rich, but I'm not sure what to do. It's something we hear a lot at 303-LAW-4040 from people. They've been hurt. They just don't know what to do next. Should they talk to the insurance company? Who's going to pay their medical bills? What if they have to miss work? They don't want to call a lawyer, and they certainly don't want to sue anyone, but they just don't know what to do. Here, take one of our small-town clients. He was seriously hurt on his neighbor's property. Tough as nails, salt-of-the-earth guy, and all he was looking to do was the right thing. He said, Dan, I have to live in this town, and I want to be able to hold my head up high when I walk down the street. So if you're talking about suing my neighbor, I'm not interested. I explained that we probably wouldn't have to sue anybody, and we certainly weren't going to hurt his neighbor. In the end, we got him $1.5 million, and he could still hold his head up high in that small town. If you've been hurt, you don't have to feel guilty for calling 303-LAW-4040. We are here to help and fight for what's fair. We don't farm you out to a call center. In fact, we give all of our clients our cell phone numbers. We hope you never need us, but save that number in your phone just in case. It's 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single, manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece, all right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
One hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute.
Here we go.
hanging out with you here on a Tuesday. Here, June 30th. We are just about an hour away from NBA free agency opening up. And, I said going into last break, I want to get into a Denver Bronco here in just a few minutes. Because I think we're looking at one guy all wrong in Denver.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about him in dedicated fashion and really shine a light on what's been going on. In a lot of ways, I think right under our noses.
I think this guy's going to appreciate this one, ZB.
I think so, too.
You're a good person.
I think so, too. I'm a good person. All right, so NBA free agency. We're about an hour away.
Let's go.
What do you think the first move for the Denver Nuggets will be?
The first move, obviously, for the Denver Nuggets, I think it's going to be the salary dump, right? It's gonna be able to dump one of these guys off. The guy I'm thinking of is you're not going to like this, and everybody else out there is not going to like this. But I can see Aaron Gordon out the door. All right, maybe they're going to have to pair the organization, Ben Tenzer, John Walsh, going to have to pair a second-round draft pick, whatever the case may be, and they're going to move on from Aaron Gordon. Maybe Aaron Gordon goes to the Trailblazers. Who knows? But AG is out of here because in their head, they're going to pay Payton Watson. They're not going to pay Payton Watson $30 million, Z, but they're going to pay Payton Watson. Payton Watson's going to take Aaron Gordon's place, and that's going to be the first thing that happens. That's my take on it.
Man, that...
Am I crazy?
No. I, too, and I can't believe this is where we're at. It's so disheartening. But I, too, am expecting the first move of NBA free agency to be a salary dump. And the answer could be Aaron Gordon. I think it's just as likely, and this is where I would put my chips, that in 1 hour, in 58 minutes from now, or at some point while we're on the air, it doesn't have to be right, the first minute, but I think we're going to get news today that the Denver Nuggets are trading Cam Johnson on an expiring contract to a team like, I don't know, the Charlotte Hornets, the Atlanta Hawks. I'll go with the Hawks.
Okay.
They just cleared up a bunch of cap space. I'll go with the Hawks. They take on, that money, but it's expiring. And you talk about spinning your wheels, the phrase spinning your wheels. A year ago, you offboarded the salary of Michael Porter Jr. And make no mistake, yes, did someone like myself think that Cam Johnson could be an on-court upgrade? Yes, I did.
That's all I heard from you and Drew.
I was very hopeful that in a lot of ways, that's what we got.
All I did was take notes and say, damn, we are in business, boys.
Yeah, and Cam Johnson had a great season. He did. Was it janky at the start? It was. But the guy was a top 10 shooter in the NBA, career high, 43% from three.
That's a great season.
Yes, that's a great season. I mean, if you had the best season you've ever had, right, and you are a top 10 shooter in the NBA.
Did you think Jamal Murray had a great season?
Yes.
I mean, you sit here, we say about great all the time, Z. But both those guys. Now, I will say for Cam Johnson in the playoffs, Cam Johnson came to play a little bit more than Jamal.
Jamal did not. Jamal, no, in that way, if you want to,
that's what I.
No, that is fair. No, that is fair. That is fair.
I had to get the belt out on you.
I mean, both things are true at the same time. Jamal Murray had a career year, right? Career high in basically everything. Throw out a stat. Jamal Murray had a career high in it. In the postseason, yes, he became the worst version. Well, close to the worst version of himself. I mean, he was in jail again against the Timberwolves. He just and what happened this year more than any year that he's ever played, they really started to pick on him.
Yeah.
Like if you covered up the jersey name and the number and I couldn't see the hair and it was just like a halo of a player, it was like a default profile of a player, and I saw the way that they were treating him and putting him into actions, I would have thought it was Julian Strother.
Damn.
I'm not kidding. I mean, there was a sequence in the Wolves series. I forget which game it was. It was like 6 straight possessions. And because here's the thing. And so we're going to go just a little bit deeper than we normally would.
See, this is your world. We're living in it.
So check this out. You remember when I read the quotes from Ben Tenzer and John Wallace when they sat down with Nuggets.com ahead of the draft and what they were looking for?
Yeah.
And there was this comment like, we need length, we need toughness, we need better defense, we need guys that can blow up screens. Now, is that comment? That comment's made because the Nuggets don't have guys that can get through screens. You know who's great at this was KCP. Could navigate his way through screens, and he didn't have to switch. Denver doesn't have players like that, so they switch everything. And what happens when you switch everything? You can pick your matchup. you can pick your matchup.
So they were picking on Jamal because of that.
Yes. So it's like whoever Jamal was covering, put him in the action with pick and roll. He now has to switch onto the ball, and it was death on arrival. And so this is why I continue to say that you're not going to win anything in this modern, NBA landscape when your your two best players are your two worst defenders. So yes, Jamal, great regular season. His postseason, dude, you know what he shot from three in the postseason this year?
I know it wasn't good enough.
26%.
Come on.
He shot 35% from the field. So from a career high in field goal percentage. So, like, it was bad last year in the postseason. This was significantly worse. And this is now 3 straight postseasons where he hasn't shot 45% from the field. 3 straight postseasons. So, yeah, this is the ultimate. 2 things are true at the same time. He had the best year he's ever had, and then a 3rd postseason in a row where he's just ineffective.
And now for Cam, it's the same way, right? He had a really good postseason. He started to get better as the season went on, but now you're sitting here saying that they're going to salary dump him.
Yeah, and so to bring it back full circle, a year ago, Michael Porter Jr. gets traded. One of the best shooters in the history of the franchise who won a championship, he gets traded. But because his salary was so much different than Cam Johnson, and I mean like $100 million difference.
Yes.
Cam Johnson signed a 4-year, $74 million contract. Michael Porter Jr. signed a 5-year, $179 million contract. So if they just tried to make the trade, Brooklyn says, no thank you. So the Nuggets have to attach a first-round pick, one of the only tradable first-round picks they have left, and send it to Brooklyn in exchange for Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson has a top 10 shooting year, shows up in the playoffs, and now we're sitting here talking about getting out of his money. I mean, goodness gracious.
I don't like that. I'd rather keep Cam Johnson. Yes, like he has one more year left, and once you get to that road, then you can cross it and you can see what you want to do. But you don't want to give up offense. And the Denver Nuggets were really good on offense. They were the best in the league on the offensive side of the court.
Number one
right there. You need sharpshooters. You need a guy that's going to be with Jokic for another year. So it's like, okay, what does that look like with the chemistry being built between Cam Johnson and Jokic? The reason why I would go with AG is because he's getting older, because he's not available. Cam Johnson's more available. We know that, and he went through some stuff at the beginning there, but he's younger. He's in his prime where you have AG that is aging. He hasn't been available in the regular season 2 years in a row. All right, postseason, he's not there, and maybe it's time for you to salary dump him. I love AG, but at some point as an athlete, right, you start to get older, you're not the same, and you have to move on.
Yeah.
That's why I would do AG and try to keep Cam, Z.
You don't sound crazy. That's exactly what I would do. I think Cam Johnson is way too good of a fit, and it just got better and better and better with every passing month, and it culminated with him being the only guy showing up in the postseason. And so I wouldn't move on from that. I think it'd be a mistake. I've maintained that position for a while. And unfortunately, with Aaron Gordon, you can't spell aging without AG.
Look at you. How long have you had that in the show?
12 seconds, dude. And so it's one of these things where, man, and you talk about extensions, they already signed him to an extension. It hasn't kicked in yet, guys. It hasn't kicked in yet. And I believe that, and I'll never know the answer to this unless someone goes on a podcast and admits it, and I think you agree with this. I think when they drafted DaRon Holmes, they wanted him to be sort of this pseudo AG replacement.
I believe Calvin Booth was the one that really wanted that to happen. The vision of like, hey, look, we're going to have AG for one more year, then we're going to move on from AG before we have to sign him, and DaRon Holmes will step into his place and we'll be just good. Yeah. You know, I truly believe that was what Calvin Booth wanted to happen. It didn't end up happening that way. You were forced to sign AG. Why? Because DaRon Holmes blows his Achilles out.
Yeah, and that extension happened not long after that Achilles injury happened. And then unfortunately, he's made it all. I mean, he's 100% healthy, 100% in air quotes. You know, that's what we're told. He's made a full recovery. And they just didn't trust him to be on the court. You know, and this is the Nuggets' latest first-round pick. So think about this. The Nuggets' latest first-round pick, injured out of the gate, recovered, can't get on the floor for a team that was the most injured team in pro basketball this year, or among the most injured teams. They weren't the only one going through injuries. But he couldn't get on the floor with that set of circumstance. So it's disturbing. It's a disturbing outlook for him personally when he's supposed to be a part of this succession plan, you know, not succession plan, but a part of the reason why the window stays open. And so, again, add that to a long list of what looks like, poorly aging mistakes with the information that we have right now.
Well, tell me this, DB. Should we be concerned if today goes by and nobody's moved? We thought the draft, somebody was going to be moved. We thought the next night of the draft, somebody was going to be moved.
Yep.
Now there's an opportunity for the Denver Nuggets to make a little bit of noise. I don't know if it's to trade for somebody to bring someone like Jaylen Brown in here or just to do a salary dump. But if we don't get any type of noise, just like the Denver Broncos at the beginning of all this, and we were panicking.
Mm-hmm.
But should we be concerned with the Denver Nuggets if they are not making moves?
One, don't put me in the panicked party with the Broncos, because I wasn't. I was telling everyone to relax. That time at least.
I'm sorry.
It would be perplexing, because I would say, because at least it would give more credence to the idea that maybe they are going to run this back and pay the luxury tax. And maybe the latest news in air quotes again, with Jokic thinking about not signing the extension, maybe that has caused a stir inside of the Nuggets organization. Maybe that has someone like Josh Kroenke maybe trying to pitch to his dad that maybe we should really do this. Like this could trend in a very bad direction. Yeah. If the big fella is upset in a meaningful way that he's willing to not take all this money that we're begging him to take. But also, it would prop open the door of the idea that maybe you're trying to offboard the salary. And this new league that we're in with this new construct, and teams are just not playing along, and they know what you're trying to do. Your cards are face up on the table. So they're only going to accept the best possible deal for them because they know what weak position you're in. And these franchises, man, they can be cutting and vulture-like. And so if you see the harmony being disrupted, and we talked about this yesterday, like if I'm a team like Boston and we're talking about Jaylen Brown and Derek White in exchange for Jamal Murray and Cam Johnson or some combination of this.
It sounds good, right? It sounds good. It sounds like a perfect fit.
But it's one of these things where, one, we're already hearing out of Boston, the Celtics aren't interested in getting into the Jamal Murray business, which is interesting because he's got so much years and money left on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but if you're a team like Boston, you're like, you want to know what? We might just hang out for another year and strike at Jokic 1 year from now if he becomes available. So why would we try to improve Denver's situation if we think we could land a generational prospect in a bona fide star, furthest thing from prospect, a bona fide star in a market and a heritage and legacy organization like Boston? Why would they ever try to help a team like Denver?
They wouldn't.
And I wonder how many other teams that applies to, of just like the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, any of these large market organizations that are like, we think we can get them, so we're not doing business with you. We are not improving your situation to help pacify the big fella when we think we can land the big fella in 1 year. 1 year will be here before you know it.
So they're playing chess, not checkers right now.
Right. And it just it peels back the curtain of like inside that league, are teams just not doing business with Denver unless they get the very best possible deal. But you can't get the very best possible deal if Denver doesn't have assets to go along with these salary dumps. They're not taking on money just to take on money. So they're going to have an asset. But they don't have assets. I think they have one tradable first left in 2031. And so, God, it's
looking like the best answer to all of this, and it's not a good one, but like, hey, it's running it back. That's your best chance to win another championship, if that's what you're thinking.
You
right?
may be right.
Like, hey, Cam Johnson coming back. Hopefully he can stay healthy for a full year, continue to build that chemistry with Jokic. AG, you're praying that he can stay healthy and praying that he's available during the postseason. The only issue becomes, if you decide to run it back, is, are you going to pay Payton Watson? Because if you're bringing everybody back and paying that money, and P. Watt, let's just say he makes $26 million because he believes that he's better than Christian Brown.
Sure,
that's a lot of money for a guy who's starting. Is it going to be AG or is it going to be Payton Watson? You start to question what is that? What is that going to look like? Even if you do bring everybody back and you pay Payton Watson, it's messy, Z.
Yeah, AG would start. As long as AG's here, he'll start.
So then why would you give this man Payton Watson, let's just say $26 million, because he's going to want it.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to want his money.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, he would start too. I think. So it's messy. We've been talking about this for 7 weeks, 6 weeks, whenever the season ended. From the week after the season ended, and I started talking about the luxury tax and the repeater tax and, like, warning our listeners, this is not going to be fun to talk about. But, like, we're going to lay it out. I remember working with Will Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
You were vacationing overseas, and I laid out, like, the rubric of what the Nuggets were going to be up against.
Yeah.
And if they were going to be willing to pay the repeater tax. So, brother, if they go down that road, even without paying Payton, even if they have Payton walk, they're still in the luxury tax. They're still going to have to write that bill. If you keep all those players and pay Payton, you're obviously still in the repeater tax, but then you're in the second apron. So
here we go.
I mean, again, like, if you're having these conversations and you're painting rainbows and puppies and lollipops, you're not having the authentic conversation. And again, if they pay all these guys, bring everyone back, run it back, go into the second apron, I still don't know if that's even a good idea. Will that be good enough to win?
See, I don't believe it's good enough, but it's the best answer they have right now.
It might be. It might
and,
be.
You know, if you're looking to keep Jokic happy, maybe that's what you do. Another thing is, hey, free agency's opening up. Who's going to offer P. Watt first? Is anybody going to offer P. Watt?
See, okay, so now that's interesting because we have found out while we're on the air a major domino fall here in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard, I can't believe this is true, is heading back to Toronto where he won a championship and as basically a rental player, and he's going back to Toronto. That means incoming for Kawhi is Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick, two unprotected first-round pick, 1 pick swap, and 2 second-round picks. So the Clippers just got a haul in exchange for Kawhi Leonard, but what they also did is they freed up money, and they freed up enough money for an offer sheet to Payton Watson. And so this now gets really interesting because we know P. Watt is a Los Angeles guy.
Yep.
And I think it's, we talked about this during the postseason of, like, where does P. Watt fit in according to him? Does he really want to be here? You know, is he sort of...
He looks like a guy that's like a little flashier. You know, he's from, the California area. He wants to be around guys like that. All right, you see pictures. He's with AG. He's with Westbrook, right? He's at the Fashion Week.
Right.
And so, he likes that. He's getting ready to get paid a lot of money, attention.
Yeah.
I can see P.Y. saying, I want to go to the Clippers. I want to go maybe to the Lakers. LBJ's gone. Maybe go to the Lakers with Luka.
Yes, Phil. And here's the thing. Los Angeles is pretty nice. Like, NBA history says, like, that's where players want to be.
Yeah.
And when you think of Fashion Week, I don't think of Denver. Right?
You don't like my fashion, ZB?
In the best kind of way, right? Like, that's part of the reason, like, I love, like, this, like, because I don't think of Fashion Week when I think of Denver, Colorado. And I don't want to think of Fashion Week when I think of Denver, Colorado. And so that league is run by players and agents, okay? And if the Clippers know that he wants to be there and they've communicated, remember, he changed agents.
Mm-hmm, he did.
He was with Jokic's agency for years, and now he's with Clutch Sports. And if he wants to be in L.A., and the Clippers know he wants to be in L.A., and then you go back to draft night when Ben Tenzer is asked about it, and he says, we hope we're able to figure it out. You hope.
Like hope.
It's restricted free agency. You determine. But if this is where the Clippers or Lakers can screw, and the Lakers now, because LeBron James's money is not on the books.
He's out the door.
And so let's circle back to that here
Walk
in just
out
a second,
the door.
too.
Turn around now.
The Clippers could potentially screw with the Nuggets and do an offer sheet of, $31 million.
$31 million?
And say, we beg, not we beg, but we're going to be in a win-win because we want this guy. And if the Nuggets don't match it, he's our guy now. And if they do, they're going to have to overpay because we know their financial situation and they don't want to overpay.
With them. So what are you doing, ZB? You're the general manager again. I'm hiring you again. I fired you last time. You didn't do a good job.
Of the
hiring
Nuggets?
you back, yes.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm going to need, first thing, I'm going to need help. I need a co-GM. I can't do this job alone. I need a co-GM.
All right, DG, come on, man.
I would say if I'm Denver.
30. Say what you just said right there. That the Clippers are like, we're going to give you $31 million.
$31 million annual average value offer sheet. Oh, God. It is an overpay.
Z, before you answer the question, Pete Watt, this would be his first year where he was excellent. And even with that, he didn't play a full season. He wasn't available in the postseason, so we don't even know what he is and what he would look like in the postseason with more minutes.
It's true.
We see the athletic ability. We see that he's taking, a huge jump when it comes to just his play. But can he be consistent? That's what makes a guy worth $31 million. You know what you're going to get out of him. Why is Jokic so great? You know what you're going to get out of that man every single night. Even on his off nights, he's going for 30 points. We don't know that with Payton Watson.
Right.
So I just had to put that in there before you answer this question.
No,
man.
of course. I mean, it's something
crazy. This is perfect timing, like Shedeur Sanders.
Oh my gosh.
This is about perfect timing for a young guy in a contract a year.
Yes. And who I don't want to get into trouble here and say something out of bounds, but there was a thought that Payton Watson could have played in the postseason. There's a thought.
Yeah.
That he could have played in the postseason and said, I'm actually okay. I know where my value is right now. I'm not going to mess with that at all.
Clip him.
That whole postseason thing.
Yeah.
I'm good because I know what I'm about to make. I know what my agent's telling me. I know that there's a potential landing spot in XYZ. Oh, my God. But at the end of the day, if I'm the general manager and the Clippers offer him a $31 million annual average value offer sheet, and I have to agree to overpay or let him walk, I am going to agree to the overpay and keep him in Colorado.
You're going to overpay?
Yes, I would.
What about a sign and pay? Where you sign him?
A sign and pay?
So you sign and trade.
A sign and trade? No, I mean, you're losing him. You're losing that guy that you developed for 4 years, and he looked exactly like you would have hoped in a best-case scenario on draft night 4 years ago. And he's showing the ability to, just to review the tools of Payton Watson, he's created in a modern 2026 NBA lab. He's got the length. He's got the athleticism. He is a defender, point-of-attack defender, and a rim defender. This is a guy who shot over 40% from three, and on corner threes, he was top 10 in the NBA. And I'm not letting someone take the developmental story from the least point per game player in the history of the first round who got to average nearly 15 points a game. If I have to pay $6 million extra per year on Payton Watson, I would probably do it. It makes me uncomfortable, but given
Christian Brown, $25 million a year, and we're sitting here saying that's a big mistake. And now we may be giving, in this fake scenario right here, Payton Watson $31 million. Oh, man. Oh, man.
There's a lot to it. Yeah. There's a lot to it. All right. We'll shift gears here. We have an update on Broncos training camp that you need to hear coming up next.
The Rockies aren't winning the West, but they might be one of the most fun teams in baseball now. Rookie T.J. Rumfield is raking. Hunter Goodman's launching homers at a rate that has all-star voters and trade deadline scouts paying attention. Mickey Moniak is back healthy, and Sid Satella's having a career year out of the bullpen. The trade deadline's August 3rd. Who stays? Who goes? What's the new front office building toward? Denver Sports is all over it. Denver Sports 104.3, The Fan.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-881-8686. That's 800-881-8686. 800-881-8686.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For almost 50 years, Colorado has trusted the Wilhite Law Firm after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion recovered, we know how to win for our community. Injured? Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system.
Hey, Glenn, how many times can you say Denver Roof Pros in 4 seconds?
Denver Roof Pros, Denver Roof Pros, Denver Roof Pros, Denver Roof Pros, Denver Roof Pros.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
AutoNation's July 4th sale means savings worth celebrating. Right now, drive new and used cars with zero down. Plus, make zero payments for 90 days. Thousands of vehicles, thousands in savings. Put zero down. Make zero payments till fall on all your favorite new vehicles. Don't miss out. Save now through July 4th weekend only. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation. Less stress, more go. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 7/5/26.
Summer has officially arrived. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. 5280 Exteriors wants to help you get your home ready before the seasons change. All June long, when you purchase a whole house of siding, you'll get free gutter guards, a limited time offer designed to protect your home and your wallet. Don't wait, guys. Book your project now and enjoy stunning new siding before fall weather rolls in. Visit 5280exteriors.com to schedule your free estimate. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Colorado's largest fireworks show, 22 minutes that absolutely blow the roof off. July 4th at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. But first, the main event. Team USA takes on Portugal in the inaugural World Rugby Nations Cup with Tonga versus Zimbabwe kicking off the doubleheader. The free Fourth Fest Festival starts at 3 p.m. 2 world-class rugby matches. Then a fireworks finale that'll rattle your fillings. America's 250th One Epic Night. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
All right, Broncos country, listen up. Phillip Lindsay here. And for stress-free summer travel, I chose Hermes Worldwide. Forget the airport chaos. Hermes Worldwide offers comfortable, reliable transportation for your airport transfers and more. They're dependable, they're professional, so you can focus on your vacation. Make your summer travel easy. Give them a call today at 303-577-7600, or you can visit them online at ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, that's ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
I joke around and with my wife and call it my bionic knee.
But before Ernest became a patient with QC Kinetics, it was a different story.
I'd go to bed with my knee throbbing, heat, ice. I would get up in the middle of the night to get a drink or something, and I would just be hobbling.
He wasn't able to play on his rec basketball team or work in the yard, but QC Kinetics regenerative treatments turned around the situation without surgery or downtime, using Ernest's own healing properties to help restore his aching knee, now known as Ernest's bionic knee.
I am really happy because I am playing the game that I love so much, and I'm playing with my granddaughter, and I'm gardening, and I'm on my knees, and I'm jumping up. I have a 200-pound dog, and I'm playing with my dog.
Now Ernest is living his best life thanks to QC Kinetics, and so can you. Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! All righty. So we have an update on Broncos training camp that you need to hear. The Broncos announced today plans to host 14 free and open training camp practices.
All right.
For fans at 2026 training camp. All right. Now, capacity, unfortunately, is going to be limited due to construction. And so from what I understand, the building that is the now the old facility that fans would look at from across the hill is going to be knocked down, but they don't have enough time to build a hill back up for fans to sit on. So you're going to be limited. The capacity will be capped at approximately 1,000 fans. This time last year, it was 800 fans. So you're going to have 200 more per day on average. Season ticket holders will have an opportunity to claim a limited allotment of tickets starting tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning through their personal Ticketmaster accounts. The general public can claim tickets through Ticketmaster as well starting tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. All right, you can claim up to 4 tickets, and you can attend up to 2 practices. The practices will start around 10 o'clock in the morning. They will last approximately 2 hours. Parking lots are going to open at 8 o'clock in the morning. Gates inside will open around 9. And the first practice will be Friday, July 31st.
All right, here we go. Here we go. The fans, there's 200 more fans that will be out there, so that's a great thing. And at some point, once the facility is all done, the hill's built, 2,000-3,000 fans are going to be able to come. So we just have to be patient with that. And if I'm correct, and maybe I'm not, but last year, the fans that were out there, they were just dying of heat, man. Where the heat was just shining on them all day long with those metal bleachers.
Yep.
I think this year they're going to have a little bit more shade for the fans.
I read that.
Okay, so right there, that's great for the fans, and that's Greg Penner and the ownership group watching and taking care of their fans, saying, hey, we want you guys to be out there, because what was happening is it got so hot that fans were leaving.
Right.
They're like, we want to be out here, we want to watch the practices and support the team, but it's just too damn hot. So now that you have a little bit more shade, you're going to stay out there longer, and it should be a good time.
Yeah, it should be a great time. The fan viewing location, now again, kind of like you just said, I think I have this right. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe the fan viewing location is going to be on the opposite end of the practice field that it was a year ago. I think last year they were watching from the south end of the practice fields. Now it's going to be on the northern end, and maybe a part of that calculus is maybe that's which way the sun is coming at that time of day. I'm not sure, but it's going to be flipped year over year. But, yeah, this should be the last year where it's limited capacity. Next year it'll be, full bore ahead. But in some ways, because of the limited nature, and I know we said this last year, our reporting from practice, coming straight from practice in here at 2 o'clock, let us be your eyes and ears, if you will.
Yeah, very detailed. We're going to be very detailed. And, guys, you guys are talking and texting ZB all the time, dirty messages. If you have a question, ask, and we'll answer it for you.
Yeah, or we'll try to.
We'll try.
We'll try to. All right, next in the 3 count. All right, someone says, why do season ticket holders get a priority? It should be for the people. It's part of the perk of being a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay. One of the greatest running backs of our generation. We meant to get to this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with a serious health battle. I could not believe my eyes seeing Chris Johnson, CJ2K, a superhuman cape on his back type of athlete, on Good Morning America yesterday talking about his ALS diagnosis. And he has to use his eyes to use a speech-generating device. He says that his mind is still sharp, but his body doesn't cooperate. He can't even lift up a cup. I was stunned watching that footage yesterday that he said as recent as like a year ago he could lift his daughter.
Yes.
And now he can't lift a cup.
Yeah, I remember CJ2K going to the practices, going on a couple of podcasts. He seemed fine. And then all of a sudden this year we get the news that he's dealing with ALS and he can't move his arms and he's talking with his eyes. It's just eye-opening, and it's like, man, life is short.
Yeah.
One day you're with your family, you're holding your kids, you're kissing them, and you're having a good time. The next day you may not be here. And it shook me, ZB, to be honest with you, man. And I was talking to my wife yesterday, and as you get a little older, things change, all right? Priorities change. It's not about money. It's not about the flash. It's about loving your little ones up and being able to be there long enough to see them grow. And that's all I can ask for at this point, just to be able to watch my kids grow up.
Yeah.
For at least until they can get out the house, please.
Yeah, and it's just hard to reconcile. This young man, because he is still a young man, he's
39.
in his 30s. He's in his 30s.
Yep.
And I saw Mike Florio of NBC, talk about the correlation of, head trauma as a football player, making it more likely that ALS. The whole thing is scary, but I've never, and now I'm not in that field, but I personally never heard an anecdote of someone deteriorating so fastly that a year ago you're picking up your daughter, now you can't speak, you use your eyes for a generating word device, and you can't lift a cup. Oh my gosh, this guy was one of the great athletes that we've ever seen, ever. And it's hard to reconcile seeing him in that kind of shape. Life is short. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, I want to share this. This is coming down here. Very. Is this in real time? Yeah, pretty darn close. So a memo was just sent to NFL clubs relating to Brendan Sorsby. Now we've had this sort of back and forth bet here behind the scenes. You and Dante Gomez behind the glass. And what is the future of Brendan Sorsby? And at first we thought it was going to be a supplemental draft. Will someone, throw out a pick? Like in that basically bidding process.
Yeah, DG says someone's going to throw out a second-round draft pick.
And the NFL comes in and says, actually, we're not doing that. Now we learn that a memo was sent to NFL clubs relating to Sorsby that essentially, I'll save you the wordy memo. Basically, Sorsby is eligible for this coming draft in 2027. So he will be a part of the draft process, and he will be draft eligible. That being said, where are we at with this bet between you and Dante? Does this extend into the future, or is it just kind of null and void because so much has happened? I mean, the CFL came out and said he can't play.
Yeah, my man has to wait. I mean, I'm willing to keep it going because I know I'm winning this bet.
Yeah, same bet. We'll just push it off until the 27 draft, I guess.
He's going undrafted, guys. Like I truly believe Sorsby, even next year, and he's going to be draft eligible. He is going undrafted because, one, he's going to be sitting there. So he might go to the UFL. He might not. And if he doesn't,
well, the UFL's already over.
Oh, well, for next – oh, yeah, that's right.
But the season would be after the draft.
Yeah, that is right.
Oh, that's right.
So he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
He's not getting drafted. He'll be picked up. someone give him a chance, but they're not giving a draft pick for the man, or they're not drafting him.
I think I'm with Dante. I think someone takes a flyer on this young man. If the Denver Broncos can draft a punter, if the Denver Broncos can draft a basketball player, he is going to be an all-pro punter. So take him out. If the Denver Broncos can draft a basketball player that played 1 year of football, you can take a quarterback in the 7th round.
But see, it's not just about that, Z. It's about the baggage. This man's betting on games.
Right.
At the quarterback position. You can never trust that man. You're always going to be questioning every time that man steps on the football field. Are you throwing this game?
I don't
had
think he ever bet on anything he played in.
It doesn't matter,
At least that was the reports.
No,
right?
no, I don't.
He dibble dabbles in it. What if he owes a favor? No, sure. No, sirree.
It just takes one team, Phil. One team to take a flyer on him.
Are we betting too?
We can bet too.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to be loaded in the refrigerator.
The only thing that Brendan Sorsby is betting on now is himself. And I'm rooting for a redemption story, a second chance. All right, and we'll see what happens. But I think I'm with D. He's a quarterback. Evaluators had a second-round grade on him, and so this is a lot. I'm not gonna it's a lot, but I think I'm with D on this. I think someone will take a flyer. Okay, we can come up with a bet down the line. There's something happening within the Colorado Rockies for the first time in the history of the franchise. And it's kind of awesome. That's next.
The Nuggets summer is heating up, and the biggest questions are still on the table. Will Nikola Jokic sign an extension or keep Denver holding its breath? Could a blockbuster Jamal Murray trade reshape the roster? And with Payton Watson hitting restricted free agency, what does the core look like moving forward? Stay locked in. Denver Sports has you covered all offseason long. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan. Injury Insights, powered by Ramos Law. Taking a look at the latest sports injuries in Colorado and beyond. Here's Dr. Joseph Ramos with Zach By.
All right, Dr. Ramos, the whole world is watching the World Cup, the biggest soccer event on our planet. When it comes to soccer injuries, there's one that sort of is persistent and sticks out to you. What is it?
Well, I'll tell you, it's not actually what you would think. When you talk about soccer injuries, everybody wants to talk about ACL injuries, knee injuries, basically, ankle injuries, lower extremity injuries. I'll tell you the one that sticks out to me most, Zach, that's the most surprising, is actually head injuries. And surprisingly, it's not from players hitting head to head. There's this repetitive cortical trauma that happens. What that is repetitive heading of the ball over times. What they've shown is these professional soccer players have 3.5 times rate of dementia post-retirement.
And Dr. Ramos, so often we associate CTE with football. Is that on your radar when it comes to soccer?
That's exactly what this is, Zach. It is CTE, and it's just from repetitive heading of the ball. And how they caught on to this was they found out that goalies weren't getting cognitive deficits downstream, but all the players out there heading the ball were. And what they found is that if you hit the ball more than 15 times in a practice session over the course of a game, the repetitive striking of the brain, the white matter gets the inner skull, results in exactly that, CTE. Very surprising injury in these professional soccer players, and certainly a concern for their long-term well-being.
Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. For an 8% scheduling incentive and a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments, go to drhi.com. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Summer is a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your tan or abs. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to decades of thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and it can even grow for life. Did I mention Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow? Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. The summer sales event is on for a limited time, so schedule your free consultation and get the details today. 720-459-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results with Advanced Hair. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and get your savings details while still available. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Vantage Security Systems. Invest in real security for your home or business.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is kick, K-I-C-K. Text kick to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's kick to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
There's something happening within the Colorado Rockies for the first time in the history of the franchise.
It's not winning. Not yet.
No, it's
not winning, guys. Just know that.
It's not winning. It's not winning.
It's okay. Competent. Okay. Competitive.
That's right. That's right. That's
Go
right.
on, man. Go on.
So real quick, I wanna shout something out here real quick. Because I've heard enough of this that I'm like, okay, I don't have to say something, but I think I should.
What'd I do wrong?
No. We have these Ramos injury reports.
Yeah.
These Ramos injury reports. And so we talked about this week soccer players and heading the ball over and over and over. We don't think of soccer as a head trauma sport.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, I mean, if you've ever headed a soccer ball, and I remember doing it like in high school, like PE, and being like, that hurt. Not going to do that again.
My wife actually got knocked out with a ball.
Way.
Oh, I got to show you the video. She'll be pissed at me. So I have to I'm going to send it.
Oh, let's tweet it out.
Oh, man, let's tweet it. Oh, she got knocked out.
Seriously?
ZB. It hit her so hard that she couldn't move. Like, she was literally on the ground, asleep.
That's scary, actually.
It's very scary. She had a concussion for damn near a month because of it. And it's because it's so hard. She's pissed at me right now. I guarantee she's listening, and I have to hear it tonight. But I just had to share that story.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you did. So I do these, just through my phone, like in my living room. And when you're streaming something, and then you play it back, it can sound like you have like an extreme lisp. And so I've heard from people saying like, Zach, like, WTF was that Ramos commercial? Why do you sound like Mike Tyson?
Actually, my wife asked about that.
Like,
my wife said, hey, does Zach have a list?
No, enough people have asked me about it.
Oh, okay. I said, no, he's just scared of me sometimes, so he starts shaking.
No. And someone here on the RamosLaw.com text line says, it's weird how streaming causes people to have a lisp. I remember the morning show had a Landeskog interview, and it was the funniest clip. He had such a lisp, I couldn't stop laughing. Now I know why. Like, if your connection isn't, like, crystal clear and it's a little bit fuzzed, like, it can come across as, like, an extreme lisp. And so that's what you're hearing in some of those, like, on the wrong day. Like, some are clear, crystal clear, like I'm speaking right now, but some aren't. And so I don't know if I need to increase the bandwidth of my internet or something like that. But, yeah.
We need to play one of those. We need to play one of those ones.
All right. Shifting gears here. There's something happening within the Colorado Rockies for the first time in the history of the franchise. Hunter Goodman. This dude, Hunter Goodman, did it again. He homered again last night. Now, the Rockies lost 10-7, all right? They've been competitive even in these losses. They lost against the Twins 3-2. They beat the Twins on Saturday. Goodman went yard 3 different times. On Friday night, he went yard. The Rockies lost by 1 run again, 9-8. So they've been competitive.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a really good month of baseball. Like, if they win tonight and tomorrow, they'll be 500 for an entire month of baseball. But Hunter Goodman is a big part of it. So he goes yard thrice on Saturday. And we talked about this yesterday in the back half of the show, that he is the 4th catcher to hit 25 and now 26 home runs before the All-Star break. The first NL catcher to have that many home runs before the All-Star break since Johnny Bench in 1970. The only 2 other catchers in addition to Bench to have at least 25 homers before the All-Star break, Pudge Rodriguez 26 years ago, and Cal Raleigh just last year. So he's on a list of 4. Primary catcher to go yard 25 times before the All-Star break. And last night, he stepped up to the plate. Dante, last night he stepped up to the plate and did it again.
High fly ball, deep left field. Did he get another one? You bet! Number 26. And a new Rockies record for home runs in front of the All-Star break. Passed a couple of fellas who are pretty good players. Larry Walker, Todd Helton. What a June for...
Like, are you kidding me? He has now hit more home runs before the All-Star break than anyone in the history of the team, including, like, Hall of Fame players. And it's just, it's remarkable, and it's really fun to watch.
No, it really is, ZB. And it's like, hey, here's another guy. He's 26 years old. He's in his prime. These are the type of guys you need to keep around. Maybe you think about extending him at some point, paying that man to keep him around. All right, it's guys like that are going to help us 3 years from now. All right, in the addition of the guys that you're going to bring in, all right, someone like T.J. Rumfield. I said earlier, Dolander's another one when he comes back.
Yep.
Maybe you pay Moniak as well. We'll decide that next year. But it's good to see Hunter Goodman and what he's doing, man. He's all around. Like, he's not just a catcher. He's not just a designated hitter. Like, he can do the first baseman. He's very flexible, and you keep guys like that on the roster.
Yeah, and you said 3 years from now. 3 years from now, Hunter Goodman will still be in his 20s.
Yes.
And last night, after he hit his latest dinger, his 26th, the Rockies' Twitter handle said, hey, Major League Baseball, like at Major League Baseball, put this guy in the home run derby. And I would love to see Hunter Goodman in the home run derby in the Midsummer Classic. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Okay. Man, get ready for this segment. I've been looking forward to this all day. Are you ready to pay a rather significant new tax when buying a ticket to watch our local sports teams? Why this latest proposal could lead to more friction between the city of Denver and the Denver Broncos. That's next.
The countdown is on. Broncos training camp is less than a month away. Rookies report July 22nd. Veterans hit Broncos Park powered by Common Spirit on the 28th. Bo Nix is expected back at full speed. Sean Payton skipping joint practices to maximize every rep. And it all builds toward a season opener on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. From camp battles to kickoff, Denver Sports has you covered. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. I'm here with Wes. Tell me what happened between you and the IRS.
I ended up owing $55,000 on unpaid taxes. I hadn't filed for several years and ended up settling for $25.
Hold on. So you went from owing $55,000 to $25? Now that's a great story. How did that happen?
Well, it's rather amazing, I guess. It got to the appeals officer. The appeals officer signed off on it, and obviously we accepted it.
Wes, what made you come to Advanced Tax Solutions?
You hear of many different firms or whatever on the radio, some local, some not, and I felt confident from the radio spots I heard about Advanced Tax Solutions.
So how do you feel about Advanced Tax Solutions now?
Very, very lucky and very grateful.
And would you recommend us to your friends and family who are in the same situation?
Yes, I absolutely would.
Thanks, Wes. You know, if you're listening, be our next great story, 303-753-6040 or advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com, 720-706-5151.
Hey, it's Glenn.
And Tiffany.
Here with Denver Roof Pros. Denver Roof Pros is celebrating our 10th anniversary, serving the Front Range from Fort Collins to Colorado Springs.
Yes, we are. And there is so much more to Denver Roof Pros. We're not just roofs and gutters. Check out our family of services at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. Let's do some honest math. The interest rate on your credit cards, 20% or more. Your mortgage rate, much lower. So why are you sending hundreds of dollars a month to credit card companies when your home's equity could wipe out that debt? That's exactly what American Financing helps homeowners do. And they're doing it every single day for people just like you. Consolidate, collaborate, conquer. The average customer saves around $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants are licensed in all 50 states. No upfront fees, no obligation. Stop financing your past and start funding your future. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
This summer, all roads lead to Groove Toyota in Inglewood during our Summer on Us sales event. Choose from hundreds of pre-owns, 40 under 15 grand, from the oldest family-owned Toyota dealership in the Denver Metro. See the selection at GrooveToyota.com. More than 100 used Toyotas, including Toyota Certified. Reserve your vehicle now at GrooveToyota.com. Start here, go anywhere.
Offer expires 6/7/26. Not all will qualify. Restrictions apply. With approved credit, call 720-961-4465 for complete details.
Stoke here from my local hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. I have known the Rocks team for years. They have serviced my own house. Right now, out-of-state private equity corporations are buying local HVAC companies, providing higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. When it comes to your heating and cooling needs, go with the local Colorado team I know and trust. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Over 65 and looking for convenient primary care? One Medical Seniors is ready to take care of you. Call them at 833-312-3204.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
NBA free agency opening in real time in about 8 seconds.
Here we go.
Oh, buckle up.
Uh-oh. There we go, Z.
So what we'll do, as it is officially 4 o'clock now in real time, if you're listening in real time and not after the fact, on the Drive podcast, available at DenverSports.com, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your pods, you can find us there. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Should anything come across the wire, we'll pass it along to you. Anything Denver Nuggets related, we'll pass it along to you here in real time. All right? We both expect to hear something while we're on the air.
Yeah. Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon. Is it Payton Watson, which probably won't be the case, but who knows?
Who knows?
You know, it starts now. Now, Stevie, hit me to this, because I know in the NFL, free agency starts, right? The contracts have already been done, like literally 3 days ago.
Yep.
And now you're just kind of signing it and you're putting it into the office and then they announce it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that happen with the NBA, or is it like, hey, they're doing it?
1,000%,
Okay.
even more so.
It's already done.
No, even more so, because the players and agents run the league.
Yeah.
Like there's things that are, figured out a year in advance, that just you go through the semantics of it all, and ultimately you end up where you wanted to land a year ago or what have you. So yeah, the in the NBA, they just don't pull strings, they yank them. And so we will see what happens here. We're both expecting news on the Nuggets front. We're both expecting them to make an attempt to shed salary. All right. And you said this during a commercial break, and you're spot on. Even no news right now, because of what we're expecting, even no news is actually news, believe it or not, for where we're at with this club. So we will, again, pass along any relevant information on the Denver Nuggets front concerning free agency if it comes across the wire. In the meantime, I said going into the previous break, are you ready to pay a rather significant new tax when buying a ticket to watch our local teams? I'm talking Rockies, Avs, Nuggets, Broncos. 2 Denver City Council members, do you see this? They are proposing a tiered seat tax on tickets at large private venues to generate an estimated $30 million per year for transportation programs the city has struggled to fund. So council members Sarah Parody and Flor Alvarez.
Better than you to me. I'd have made it up.
Flor Alvarez. These 2 city council members presented the proposal this week that would send the measure to Denver voters on the November 2026 ballot. If approved, the tax would apply to original ticket sales. All right, so not resale market. Original ticket sales at privately owned venues with more than 1,000 seats. And the proposal is structured into 3 tiers. In the current state of the proposal, tickets priced under $100 would carry a 5% tax. Tickets priced between $100 and $250 would carry a new 10% tax, and tickets over $250 would now carry a 15% tax on them. So this would go to private stadiums like Ball Arena, like Mile High,
the big stadiums.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be at. Watch your Rockies, your Nuggets, your Avalanche, the Denver Broncos. Now they want us to pay more. Z.
Yes. So venues owned by the city, like Red Rocks, do we realize Red Rocks is owned by the city? They're exempt. But here's why they're exempt. I didn't realize this. There's already an existing 10% seat tax at city-owned venues. I just learned of that today. I've been getting hit over the head with this for years. Didn't even know I was paying it. But they said the revenue would fund 2 long underfunded city programs. The Safe Routes to School Action Plan, adopted in 2021 to build safer walking and biking infrastructure for students. And then the other one is Denver Moves Everyone, the city's long-term transportation plan. And behind this is that they think there's too many collisions in Denver, and 93 people actually died in traffic collisions in Denver. That was the highest we've had since 2013.
Then expand the roads. Like Denver has gotten big. You have to expand the roads, or you're going to have situations like this, EB. But I'm tired of always listening to, hey, where this money is going to go here. We don't know if it's actually going to go there. And I know, like, I'm in my conspiracy theory mode. I just don't trust it. And now you're telling us, fans, people here in Denver, that we have to pay another tax?
Right.
Here soon, we're going to have to pay tax every time we use the bathroom. It's crazy, Z.
And when you're talking about 10, 15% on top of what you're paying for a Nuggets ticket or an Avs ticket, a Broncos ticket. And so, and this is the quote that I really didn't like, okay? Alvarez, this city council member, knows the tax rate is significant. And she said, quote, "It is a large percent. I think the idea came from, if someone can afford these things, what's an extra $50 if they're spending hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on ticket sales?" End quote. And so it's
She
like,
messed up right there, Z.
I didn't like that quote.
No, I didn't. Like, come on.
Like, if you have enough money to go to a game, then you have enough money to pay this tax that has nothing to do with what you're doing on game day. It just doesn't. I wasn't sure where you were going to land on this.
I don't want the tax. I don't like it.
No,
see?
me
I don't like
either.
it. And then you come across as like, well, you have the money, so you're like, pay it. Like, you shouldn't do that. None of us would ever say that. Like, I understand that you're trying to help out. You want to make this a better place, but like adding another tax to what's something that's already expensive,
right?
No can do. I'm not willing to do that, Z.
You want to know what's interesting too about this? So these city council members, all right, Sarah Parody and Flor Alvarez, they drew this whole proposal up and never communicated with any of the actual teams. So they found out, they met with the Broncos and like gave them this proposal. They met with the Nuggets and then like gave them this proposal. And so I think there's a disconnect of communication. But you know what team said after meeting with them that they felt targeted? Guess.
I would say the Broncos.
The Denver Broncos said they felt targeted by this. And I thought it was worth bringing up because we did a segment a couple weeks ago about all the stuff that needs to get done for the Broncos to stay in Denver and abide by the 2031 timeline. And we went through it. We combed through it. The Denver Water Emergency Center and the parcels of land that still need to be bought and the community writing letters and getting support from the council members of the relocated water centers. Not going to work for the community in parking lot M and all this stuff. And it's messy. And one of the quotes from the city council women was that the complexity of this situation is hitting us in the face. And the writer from the Denver Post made the analogy to get this pulled off by the 2031 deadline with the environmentalists that need to come through and clean and all this stuff. They made the analogy of a what's it called again? A Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
And it's one of those systems where you release a marble, it slides down a track, it knocks over a domino, which knocks over a bunch of others, and lets go a skateboard loose, and all these different things happen in this complex way. That was the analogy that the Denver Post made, that's what's needed to happen for this to get pulled off by the deadline. And I remember saying, this is not in the Broncos' court anymore. You guys need to figure this out. Get your bleep together if you want the Broncos to stay in Denver. And now you have this separate story. And don't forget, the city council members have to still vote and approve on behalf of their communities
And
that they represent.
Time is running out.
Time is running out. And so now here you have this separate issue being proposed by the people that represent the city of Denver, council members.
They literally did their own proposal and just sent it in.
They did their own proposal. They didn't communicate with anyone, any of the teams, and they send it in, and they wonder why the teams are feeling like caught off guard. The Broncos feel targeted, and it just is more not good stuff between Denver politics and the Denver Broncos.
And you know what, Z? Who is this going to be on if this doesn't get done?
Not on the Broncos.
At this point, it's like, when is enough enough? When is it going to be the last straw for Greg Penner? When it's like, look, I'm done. I'm like you now, Z. Where it's like you're trying to get things ironed out, and then all of a sudden you pop this, you put this in front of me?
Yeah.
You want more money? You want me to tax these people more? I'm out.
Dude, you have two pathways right now for the Broncos. And I know technically this story that came out today does not directly impact the stadium. But you're crazy if you don't think that the reverberation from this story impacts the other. And we'll talk about why coming up next.
Colton, Drury, and Nichushkin all gone. New faces are already in the fold, with the entire blue line back as well after a Western Conference final sweep that still stings. How will the Avs retool around McKinnon for another cup run? Every trade, every signing, every take. Denver Sports has you covered all summer long. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
Summer should be a time of joy for children, but Wish kids often miss out due to their illness, creating a dark chapter during a time that should be filled with sunshine and memories. A wish from Make-A-Wish Colorado can change everything for these children, giving them the strength and hope they need to persevere in their fight against critical illness. My name is Carrie Fletcher. I'm part of the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. Today, Alpine Bank hopes you'll decide to make a life-changing impact in the life of Colorado Wish kids by supporting Make-A-Wish Colorado. There are currently more than 450 Colorado kids with critical illnesses who are waiting for a life-changing wish, and 110 more kids will be diagnosed this summer. You can help make their wishes come true. Visit wish.org/Colorado to help Make-A-Wish Colorado grant some memorable wishes this summer.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. And when it comes to your internet, you want the most intelligent, and that's what they provide. The most intelligent Wi-Fi that can hunt down and fix problems. Reliability, well, you want the most reliable Wi-Fi for streaming, gaming, working from home, and coverage that goes wall to wall in your home. How about security? Wi-Fi that's security blanket for your network and reliability. Fiber-powered network with 99.99% reliability, built for speed so you can run multiple devices at once, and Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home tie and work together. Consistency, you can lock in 5 years of predictability. 5 years, the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi with our best equipment. Plus, you can get online with minutes, same-day Wi-Fi. Hey man, that's the price lock guarantee. 5 years, same price, no contracts, no commitments. It's all included. Everything you need, including the data and equipment, the most reliable Wi-Fi. That's Xfinity, guys. Imagine that. Okay, I admit it. At 303 Law 4040, we like to have a little fun with the made-for-TV lawyers who pretend that they're from Colorado. In reality, they live in places like Chicago, Arizona, Texas. Heck, one guy flies in from New York City. New York City! Just so he can do his commercial and fly back home. Crazy thing happening here in Colorado. Outside private equity funds are pouring millions of advertising dollars to prop up these guys and get them to pretend they are local voices that you can trust. So what really happens when you call one of those pretend made-for-TV lawyers? Here's an example. A young man was hurt. He called one of those guys. The insurance company said, nah, we're denying the claim. No money for you. His made-for-TV lawyer said, sorry. So his friend said, you need to call 303 Law 4040. We took the case and told the insurance company their denial was BS. And they said, you're right. Here's all the money. If you've been injured, don't waste your time calling a pretend made-for-TV lawyer. Call 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. It's 303 Law 4040.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
AutoNation's July 4th sale means savings worth celebrating. Right now, drive new and used cars with 0 down. Plus, make 0 payments for 90 days. Thousands of vehicles, thousands in savings. Put 0 down. Make 0 payments till fall on all your favorite new vehicles. Don't miss out. Save now through July 4th weekend only. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation. Less stress, more go. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 7/5/26.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here, now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
This segment on The Fan is built by Denver Deck Builders.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, going into overtime with the conversation that we were just having. You know, I asked, are you ready to pay a rather significant new tax when buying a ticket to a local sporting event? Nuggets, Avs, Broncos, Rockies, it applies to all of them. And not only does it apply to sports, you concert goers out there, come on down.
Bring your checkbooks.
So this is really something. And our audience is always coming and going. So just to try to reset very briefly what we're talking about here, it's an against the grain type of segment that you may find just uniquely, on this show. 2 Denver City Council members are proposing a seat tax on tickets to private venues to generate what their goal is $30 million per year for a transportation program that the city of Denver has struggled to fund. And what their remedy for their lack of funding to this transportation program is to charge you and me any ticket we buy to a sporting event, to a concert. You're going to pay a tax as long as the venue has more than 1,000 seats, which most do, all right? And it's going to be structured into 3 tiers, All right, this is a proposal that people may vote on here this fall. And if your ticket to a concert or a sporting event is under $100, you're going to get charged 5%. If the ticket is between $100 and $250, it's going to have a 10% tax. And tickets over $250 would carry a 15% tax per ticket. All right? And you may not even realize it, but if you go to a city-owned venue right now, like Red Rocks, you're already paying an existing 10% seat tax on any city-owned venue. I did not realize that. Okay, these council these two council members are trying to fund this transportation program to make the streets safer from traffic collisions. Okay, and the quote that I really did not appreciate from Flor Alvidrez of the city council said, quote, "It is a large percent. I think that idea came from if someone can afford these things, what's extra $50 if they're spending hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on ticket sales," end quote. And I wanted to talk about this today because of any team that said they felt targeted. They said when they met with Bronco representatives, they told her that they felt targeted. Okay, so it adds more just not goodwill between the Broncos and the city of Denver.
Just more drama, Z.
It is.
Like, we want to get it done. Us fans, we want it here in Denver for the most part. All right, Greg Penner has already let it be known, like, the ball is in their court. If they want to get it done, then they need to sign off so Greg Penner can start to build for the stadium. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen anytime soon. And now a new proposal's out there to get more money. All right, put another tax on us fans that want to go and enjoy a game.
Yeah.
That's baloney, man. It sucks. And now it's like, what is Greg Penner going to do? Is he going to keep playing along, or is he going to be like, look, I'm done here. I'm moving on now. Like, you guys have wasted my time.
Yeah.
And now it's time for me to move on.
I think you could be onto something. We talked about this 3 weeks ago with the stadium when we combed through every piece of just the thorny, sticky wicket that is still in front of the Broncos and them planting this stadium in Burnham Yard and keeping it in Denver. It's still just the preferred site. And you have all these things popping up. And if you are Greg Penner, you could get to a point where it's like, this isn't worth the hassle, and you'll never be able to say, I didn't try, ever. And that plot of land, it could be used for apartment complex and restaurants and maybe like a small park or something. But this could happen. This could go down. And now you have this new separate total thing happening between two city council members proposing this. The Broncos feel targeted. It just creates more distance between the same city council members that have to vote on the stadium and the Denver Broncos. But when this council person said, yeah, it's a large percent, I think the idea comes from if someone can afford these things, what's an extra $50 if they're spending hundreds and even thousands? You're off base here. And I think that in their mind, they're thinking of the affluent. But newsflash, the affluent are not the only makeup of these games. There are mothers and daughters who mothers and fathers who save up so they can make it and get to the 300 level and watch the Avs.
Yes.
That sit at the top of Coors Field because that's what they can afford. And so you say 5% per ticket if it's less than $100. But if you have a family of four, now it's you're at 20%.
Exactly.
And it's more money. And so you think you're talking to the wealthy, but in reality, just as many people that go to these games are eating dinner before they go so they don't have to eat and drink there so they can make it to the game. And it's a wild assumption that falls on deaf ears for me, and it's a lack of awareness and a lack of perspective that you would say that on the record.
Preach.
I don't like it. I don't appreciate it at all.
Should have never been said. Should have closed your mouth on that one, and now everybody's going to be upset because this right here affects everybody. The rich, the so-called the poor, everybody's affected because now you're not just paying for that ticket. You're having to pay a tax. And like you just got done saying, I'm going to bring all my family, so that's 4 of us. Now you're taxing for all of us to be at a game just to enjoy that. Come on, dude.
Yeah, and so if you're saying, hey, if your ticket is $250, all right, and we're going to charge you now 15% for that tier of ticket, you're talking about, an extra $38 per ticket. Now, if you have a family of 4 and you saved up for a concert and you wanted to get decent seats and you were going to spend the $250 a ticket, you're talking about, $38 times 4, that's an extra $150 in taxes, in new taxes, to go to that event, that concert, that game, what have you. And so, believe it or not, the Broncos, the Rockies, Denver Summit FC, and KSE, they believe it or not, they all came together and put together a joint statement.
Ooh.
Like Avengers.
Yes.
All working together.
We don't like each other, but we like each other right now.
Here's what they said, quote, "While we want to see Denver succeed in delivering key services to our residents, this measure has been advanced far too quickly and without the public process and thoughtful reviews it requires. Ultimately, a tax of this magnitude will directly impact fans, Denver live events industry, and thousands of local workers," end quote. Now, the team said they remain committed to working with the city to find solutions, quote, "that strengthen Denver while protecting the affordability and economic impact of sports and live entertainment," end quote. So, man, oh man.
Coming together now. Everybody's coming together to say, no, thank you.
Yeah, and there's already so many fees attached onto the tickets we already buy, right? And again, I'm just learning that you go to Red Rocks, there's already a 10% tax from the city in there. And someone on the text line said, well, it's so significant you didn't even notice. That doesn't make it okay. Now, again, I'm all for improving our city, but you can't fund a transportation program that you've been trying to for years, since 2021. And because you can't fund it politically, you're going to dig into the pockets of people that go to sporting events and live music events? It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
It's not right. And that's why Greg Penner and all these other ones shot it down. And it was out of the blue, too. A proposal was written and just right there.
With no communication. Yep.
Like, you tell me that. No communication. That's professional? Come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's that. It's again, it's a topic that you'll probably only hear discussed on this show. On a day like today, we're in PM Drive. We get the last, chance to react.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll hear something about this in the future, but I wanted to talk about it because that did not sit well. Okay. NBA free agency. All right. It's happening right now. We'll pass along the latest of what we know next.
The Rockies aren't winning the West, but they might be one of the most fun teams in baseball now. Rookie TJ Rumfield is raking. Hunter Goodman's launching homers at a rate that has all-star voters and trade deadline scouts paying attention. Mickey Moniak is back healthy, and Sensatella's having a career year out of the bullpen. The trade deadline's August 3rd. Who stays? Who goes? What's the new front office building toward? Denver Sports is all over it. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Introducing Mine to Shine, the world's most personal diamond. Here's Shayna and Dylan Williams.
Come experience the most revolutionary and transparent way to buy a diamond.
Mine to Shine by Kwiat and Williams Jewelers. The natural diamonds cut, polished, and designed just for you.
First, we'll help you select a natural, conflict-free, and ethically mined diamond.
Then you select one of Kwiat's legendary shapes. Kwiat Cushion, Oval, Radiant, Emerald, or Incredible Ashoka.
A wider, brighter, and larger-looking diamond, cut to the world's highest standards.
Then trace the journey from rough stone to polished perfection by Kwiat's master cutters.
Perfectly cut for maximum brilliance. Simply brilliant.
Mine to Shine, the world's most personal diamond.
Only from Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, Colorado's exclusive Kwiat jeweler.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Zach here. Summer is here, and 5280 Exteriors is kicking it off with a huge June offer. Get free gutter guards when you purchase a whole house of siding. Lock in your project now and enjoy beautiful new siding before fall hits. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level.
That's why Recyclon Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recyclon.org/Colorado.
Hey guys, it's that time of year. Time to get your lawn in great shape for the season. And when it comes to healthier, greener grass, I know of no two better products than Rich Lawn Turf Food and Revive Ready Spray. Rich Lawn Turf Food is premium organic-based fertilizer that builds stronger soil and keeps your lawn lush and green longer. And you'll find Rich Lawn Turf Food along with Easy Green Grass Seed, Iron Rich for yellow lawns, and Go Rich organic-based garden fertilizer at the Home Depot or your local garden center. Then give your lawn a boost with Revive, the fast-acting organic-based lawn treatment that helps create thicker, greener grass with deeper watering and deeper roots. Say goodbye to the backyard blues, guys. With Rich Lawn and Revive, your yard will be ready in no time. Find it at Home Depot or your local gardening center.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Hey, Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs. Unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off. The evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood tests. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at beattheda.com or 720-706-5151.
At Siltahar Motors, Ford and Lincoln employee pricing wraps up on July 6th. If it's been on your list, now's the time. You pay what Ford employees pay on hundreds of new vehicles. Thousands off sticker, no negotiating. The price is the price. Employee pricing won't last, but Siltahar always has something great coming. 66 years of finding ways to take care of Colorado. See all that is available at sthmotors.com, Highway 36 and Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
For 90 years, Belco Credit Union has proudly called Colorado home. That's thanks to all our members who have helped us grow alongside our beautiful state. To celebrate our anniversary, Belco is offering a special low fixed rate on a new home equity choice line advance. If you've been waiting to start a new home renovation project, now's the perfect time. Go to belco.org/90 years to see full offer details. Equal housing opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. All loans subject to approval. Belco, banking for everyone.
Hey, it's Zach here. Are you seeing cracks in your home's drywall or foundation? Call Homestrong. Their highly qualified technicians provide free inspections and quotes. With 20-plus years experience in the foundation repair and concrete industry, one thing is certain. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong. This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is tripping. TRIPPING. Text tripping to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's tripping to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
NBA free agency opened just about 33 minutes ago. if you're listening live and not after the fact on the Drive podcast, available at DenverSports.com, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you pod, we are there. NBA free agency, it's underway. All right. We've seen movement around the league leading up to today. You're going to see a flurry more, maybe not as major of names like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Ja Morant, signings like that. But moments ago, we did just find out that Tim Hardaway Jr. is signing with the Miami Heat, and that is a perfect fit for both parties. What a year here in Denver, Colorado for Tim Hardaway Jr.
Oh, Tim Hardaway Jr., man. He was a guy that actually ended up being one of my favorite players, other than Jokic. I love me some Tim Hardaway Jr., and he would come off the bench, and even when you asked him to start, there was games where he had to come up big and win the game for us, and that's exactly what he did. He's a pro's pro, and now he's with the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are stacking up, and now you got a great player coming off the bench. We sat here, and I know I was advocating for this man to get Sixth Man of the Year, and I thought he was going to be close to it. Now, he didn't end up winning it. Now he's with the Heat, has a chance to do that coming off the bench. I mean, good for the Heat. For the Denver Nuggets, it sucks that they couldn't get something done with him, but we knew that wasn't going to be the case here. We don't have the money to keep someone like Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, and, good for him. He made himself some money. This is someone who came to Denver, Colorado on a vet minimum deal, a vet min deal. And that, depending on your experience, ranges from like $2.1 million to $3.3 million. So let's just say he made, $2.7 million. Dante just told me it's a 1 year for 6.1. Yeah. Oh, 6.5. So good for him. He more than doubled his salary year over year. And how did he do that? Because this man came off the bench and made 224 three-pointers in one season. Guys, that is the second most in the history of the Denver Nuggets. And that is the sixth. How about this stat? That is the sixth most threes coming off the bench in NBA history.
My man, shoot or shoot. He was not afraid to shoot.
No, he actually is a man. He's like a case study to show to people, players that are reluctant shooters. Like, I've never seen, and look, I've been watching NBA basketball forever. I've seen a lot of guys with ratchets on them that let it fly, but I've never quite seen someone with less of a conscience than Tim Hardaway. You talk about not thinking. If the leather touched his hands, the ball was going up. He was never completely covered. He'd have guys draped over him, and he would just let it fly. It was remarkable, and I admire that kind of, because that's a certain kind of mental toughness.
Oh, that's some confidence right there.
It's like a different category of mental toughness, confidence, and I remember him saying, I've learned in the NBA that the way that I'm going to get the most playing time is do exactly what the coaches are telling me to do. There's no room for interpretation. And the message from this coaching staff was, you get the ball on the perimeter, you let it fly. This is the only reason you're here. And you're not some lockdown defender.
No.
You're not some great, a shot creator. You don't create for yourself or others.
You don't rebound.
You're not a big rebounder. You're not a defender. You shoot the basketball, and he understood the assignment. As you'll see, on social media, he understood the assignment. Tim Hardaway Jr. understood the assignment.
I got you. I'm just gonna let it rip.
And good for him, a $6.5 million deal. Unfortunately, it's another roster spot that needs to get filled, and I can almost guarantee you it will be another vet minimum contract to try to recreate what Tim Hardaway left behind.
Oh, so Tim Hardaway out the door. We're still waiting for some type of noise to go on with the Denver Nuggets. And I know the other teams out there, they're kind of keeping their cool, playing this slow. But what's next for the Denver Nuggets? Is it Aaron Gordon? Is it Cam Johnson? Is it Jamal Murray? Or is it just everybody coming back? Maybe they get something done with P-Watt and they run it back, and it's the run it back Denver Nuggets.
Man, well, if that happens, you're talking about paying the largest tax bill in the history of the organization. And so we'll get back into this conversation at the top of the hour. We'll review what we've learned on a day like today. I still do believe we're going to get some Denver Nuggets specific news by the time we get off the air. So we'll put a pin in that for just now, all right? But in the meantime, we could get news about Cale Makar's mega deal as soon as tomorrow, but that's not what we're hearing. We'll pass along the update and predict where his new deal eventually lands. Also, NBA free agency, we're smack dab in the middle of it, and I believe the Nuggets will be impacted by LeBron James's decision to move on from the Lakers. We'll talk about why as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
The Nuggets summer is heating up, and the biggest questions are still on the table. Will Nikola Jokic sign an extension or keep Denver holding its breath? Could a blockbuster Jamal Murray trade reshape the roster? And with Payton Watson hitting restricted free agency, what does the core look like moving forward? Stay locked in. Denver Sports has you covered all off-season long. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
Has your doctor told you it's time to lose weight? Is your blood pressure up? Your cholesterol keeps climbing? Or you're already on medication and wondering, is this just my life now? Or been told you need a procedure or surgery, but you have to lose weight first? That's where most people get stuck. At Colorado Fat Loss, we help people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections, prepackaged meals, or extreme workouts. But more importantly, we help you keep it off, so you're not stuck wondering what problem is next. Imagine lowering your blood pressure, improving your health, and taking pressure off your joints. Because if nothing changes, it's usually more medication or bigger problems down the road, especially if you have a family history of health issues or feeling the effects of getting older.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I lost 30 pounds in just 7 weeks, and I've been able to keep the weight off, and I'm telling you what, I feel great.
Many clients lose 20 to 40 pounds in about 60 days. Schedule a free consultation. Call and take control of your health. Go to ColoradoFatLoss.com. That's ColoradoFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Walk into the back office of most small businesses and you'll see an old DVR humming on a shelf and a camera over the register the owner isn't even sure is recording. They got that like 10 years ago, and the company that installed it doesn't pick up. Vantage can repair or replace all of it. Cameras that read a face in the dark. Access control, network, intercom, AV. One company, one number. Invest in real security for your business or property. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit business.vssicolorado.com today.
Hey guys, did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? They have low energy, low sex drive, low motivation, and barely recognize themselves. But 100% of them can get it all back and feel like themselves again at Low T Center. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic, changing lives since 2009. Their expert providers work to tailor TRT plans to every man to get his levels back to where they need to be. They can help you get your energy, your focus, and sex drive back. They can even work with most major insurance providers. So head over to FixMyLowT.com and book your free testosterone test. FixMyLowT.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The truck driver wasn't paying attention and crashed straight into you. Now you're paying the price. You're looking at surgeries, missed work, and more. Call the truck crash lawyers at Berg Simpson Law Firm. Berg Simpson has been helping truck crash victims for 50 years. And with over $50 million recovered after truck crashes, our results speak for themselves. Call our team today and let us fight for every dollar you deserve.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Denver Deck Builders is a family-run business. Their owner, Ron Gibbous, is here with me. Family is what you have in mind when you build a deck.
Customer service is critical to us. We try to figure out what meets every customer's needs and build them a product that they will enjoy spending outdoor quality family time on. Deck time is usually family time.
Start planning your family's outdoor living space with Denver Deck Builders. Go to ddbonthefan.com.
Tune in to Mile High Money.
And my biggest goal is education. I come from a family of educators, and I want you to know the who, the what, the why, the when, the how.
Helping you achieve your ideal retirement.
The risk that you're taking, does that equal the return that you should be getting? And a lot of times the answer is no.
Tune in to Mile High Money with Adam Moeller. Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
AutoNation's July 4th sale means savings worth celebrating. Right now, drive new and used cars with zero down. Plus, make zero payments for 90 days. Thousands of vehicles. Thousands in savings. Put zero down. Make zero payments till fall on all your favorite new vehicles. Don't miss out. Save now through July 4th weekend only. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation. Less stress, more go. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 7/5/26.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on
Kawhi, yeah, getting moved back to Toronto. How about that? That is, and that could have a tie-in with the Denver Nuggets. All right, we'll talk about why at the top of the hour. You have Porzingis back with the Golden State Warriors on a 2-year, $40 million deal. You have LeBron James saying he's not returning to Los Angeles. I think that could also impact the Denver Nuggets in two different ways.
You got Bronny James that's collecting a check for $2.6 million guaranteed now.
Well, honestly, you want to know what, man? Good for Bronny James.
Yes.
He was actually on the court and looks like a solid developmental prospect to kind of keep going down the road with. And but when he did that yesterday, when he got locked in, I was thinking, okay, LeBron probably going to go back to the Lakers then.
Yeah.
And so the fact that happened independently from LeBron is, and it's not like the Lakers were doing it as a ploy to get him back. I think the Lakers were A-okay with LeBron moving on, and I think that's exactly what they wanted to happen. But I think it's a testament to Bronny James, which, has been the punchline of, jokes through the years, but you don't just accidentally end up on an NBA court in games playing.
So you don't believe that LeBron had any influence on them deciding to bring back Bronny or give him his guaranteed money? Like, you think it was all on the Lakers saying, hey, like, we like that you're developing, like, we love what you bring to the table. Yes, you're great in the G League, but if we need you, you can play some meaningful minutes if we need you in the NBA.
Well, I think he's an NBA player. I mean, I would just start there.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's an NBA player. I think he showed that the second half of the year. It could have been also a play nice thing. Like, not a ploy, but, like, we want this to end so amicably. We are going to pick up your son's option. We are going to pay him. And this serves as almost like a lubricant, as like you can like walk away, end on good terms. Yeah. They're not, kicking your son to the curb on the way out. And so I don't know, but it's interesting.
It really is. I mean, it was a bunch of noise on social media, obviously, and everybody was like, well, LeBron James, he made sure, Bronny was taken care of, and then he dipped out. So he lied just so that Bronny could get his little bit of money, and then he dipped out. I don't think that's
he didn't lie because the Lakers didn't want LeBron
There you
back.
go. There you go.
So that doesn't add up.
It's Luka's team now.
It's Luka's
You know,
team.
it's not LeBron James' show. LeBron didn't want to be the guy that sits in the corner. We all know that, even though when LeBron was sitting in the corner and Luka was the man, the Lakers were winning a lot of games that way. And so, yeah, it's just like, hey, best way is just to part ways and move on.
Yeah, when LeBron accepted the third fiddle role, the Lakers started to take off. Because if him at third fiddle, guys, he's like the 25th best player in the league still at 40 years old. And so, yeah, we'll see how that ages. We'll get into that a little bit more at the top of the hour because it definitely is a major chapter in NBA history closing. LeBron James leaving the Lakers. Guys, do we realize LeBron had a longer stretch of playing for the Lakers than any other team in his career?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So, yeah, nearly a decade.
You're retired a Laker now, huh?
Nearly a decade in Tinseltown. Eight seasons, longer than any single stretch with any other team. And my guess is they'll retire his jersey. He became the all-time leading scorer in that uniform. They won a championship during the bubble. I'm not one of these people who tear down, a championship that was won in the bubble. Anyone could have won it. They won it. They deserve the banner. But, yeah, so we'll get into all those conversations as they relate to the Denver Nuggets here in just about 11 minutes. But before we do, we could get news about Cale Makar's mega deal as soon as tomorrow. But we're not going to. Okay? Not time to freak out at all. But we're hearing from multiple reports that they're not even close to getting this thing done. Dave Pagnotta of the Fourth Period, who covers this league very closely, quote, "One extension we certainly will not see on Wednesday is Cale Makar's next contract with the Avalanche. According to two separate sources, Makar and the Avalanche have just started the dialogue on a new deal, and serious negotiations have not yet begun. A deal will get done at some point and could make Makar the highest paid player in the NHL once his extension begins, but Joe Sakic and Makar's camp will get things rolling at some point this summer. And no, there is zero concern from either side. It'll get done," end quote. Then you have Pierre LeBrun. It's kind of like the Ian Rappaport of the NHL. He said, "We shouldn't expect a Makar extension Wednesday, according to league sources who are granted anonymity to address negotiations that aren't public. There really hasn't been much work done yet on it, but both sides intend to get to it sometime this summer to be sure." LeBrun went on to say, this is interesting, "I get that Makar would never ask for the max in the Avalanche cap culture with a tone set by Nathan MacKinnon, who has never fully flexed financially. Mind you, when MacKinnon signed his last deal in September 2022, he became the highest paid player in the NHL at $12.6 million per year." And LeBron also said, "I don't think there's a world in which Makar and his reps, brothers Brian and Scott Bartlett, will ask for less than Kaprizov. And we know Kaprizov makes $17 million. So, okay. Piece of information one that's pretty rock solid. No extension announcement is coming anytime soon, even though it's eligible to be announced tomorrow. Cale is entering the final year of a 6-year, $54 million contract with the Avs that he signed back in July 2021. And I can't believe we're already at the end of this thing. A max player can sign in the new salary cap of $104 million for this coming season. A max player can sign for $20.8 million, so nearly $21 million bucks. It jumps to nearly $23 million the following year when the salary cap goes up another $10 million bucks. So, where do you think what is Cale's aim here? We know it's going to be a mega deal.
Yeah.
What kind of mega deal?
That's going to be interesting because if Cale decides I want $20 million a year, I don't think nobody's gonna have any pushback because of how great this man is. Great, like best two-man player there is, right? Best defenseman there is. Two-way player there is. And so with that being said, he can ask for that. Will he? Probably not. Him looking at what Nate Dogg did and took a little bit less, he could sit here and say, okay, do I need 20? No, I don't. Do I want to be maybe the highest player paid right now? That's a question between him and his agent, and just maybe it's a pride thing. I know for football players, there's a lot of players out there that want to see that go across the screen on Sports Center. Hey, the highest paid player in the NFL when it comes to their position. I don't know how Cale is inside. I don't know what he wants. He knows he's going to get a lot of money. He already has a lot of money. I do think that he's going to push for at least 17.1 million just so he can be the highest player in the NHL right now when it comes to his position. I could see something like that happening, ZB. What do you think? Too much money?
No, I mean, well, it's a ton of money, and he deserves every penny. If he wanted to go for the $20.8 million max level contract, no one around the league would really blink. They wouldn't. He's a top 5 player in the world. If Kaprizov's making 17, he's in a different category than Kaprizov.
Yeah.
And so, but that being said, I think it's so interesting. One, hockey's just different than these other sports. That they're talking about, like Pierre LeBrun would say, Makar would never ask for the max. Like in these other sports, we'd be like, wait, why? Like if everyone agrees that like
how do you know?
No one would blink if you signed it, why would you not ask for the max? And they reference the Avalanche cap culture with a tone set by Nathan MacKinnon. Now, two things can be true. He became the highest paid player in the NHL when he signed it, but he also left money on the table.
Yeah.
I think that will be the same case here with Cale. The max deal is nearly $21 million. I don't think he'll ask for that, but I do think he and his camp want to be the highest paid player, even if it's for a short time, in the NHL. Because another question is, Quinn Hughes.
Exactly. I was getting ready to get to that, too. I don't think it's between Nate Dogg and looking at Nathan MacKinnon's contract and saying, hey, like, I know what Nathan did, and I'm going to do the exact same thing and take a team-friendly deal. I think it's more of Quinn Hughes on the other side. How much is he going to make? If you're Cal, I'm better than him. So if he's getting paid, let's just say 17.1, then I'm going to want 17.2. This isn't about Nathan MacKinnon or my teammates. It's about the respect in the league and knowing that I'm better than this man. So I'm going to wait for Quinn Hughes to come up with his contract. And then if it's like 15.5, then maybe I'll go for 16. But I believe that for Kel, it's like waiting for Quinn Hughes and his agency and what they're going to do first, ZB.
Maybe that's why these reports that we're hearing are that they haven't even really begun, because maybe they know their timeline is different and they're going to wait and be patient for Quinn Hughes to get done, and then they're going to reset the market, and it'll be like, how PS2 was the highest paid corner, but for like 5 minutes. And maybe that'll be the case with Quinn Hughes. He gets his, moment in the sun, and then Cale, tops that number. But in the situation that you just said, you said if Quinn Hughes gets 15 point whatever, but that would not make Cale the highest paid player in the league, because Kaprizov's making 17. So I if I had to guess right now,
do you think Cale cares to be the highest player in the league, or do you think he cares that like he's gonna get paid more than Quinn Hughes? Because I know me personally, and I don't know Cale. Yes, it would be flattering to be the highest paid, but I don't need that much money. But I do want to be respected. That I am the best player in this position. Like that's something that is going to happen. Like that's how I would feel if I'm talking to Sakic.
Yeah, I don't know what's most important to Cale. If any of this is important to Cale.
That's true.
Like, what if there's a curveball and Cale's like, you want to know what? Nate made, 12.6. I want to win another cup. I'll give this team flexibility. I'll sign for, 15. I'll sign for 14.8. Or he could say, I want 19. I want the 20.8.
I want it all.
And in some respect, it would be fair for him to ask that. But I don't think he's going to. I think he'll find some sweet spot in between Kaprizov, who's the highest paid in the league at $17 million, soon to be this coming year, and the max amount he can get for 20.8.
So where does that? Where does that leave him?
$18 million.
18.
Something like that.
Ooh, that's still a lot of money.
It's a ton, especially in hockey. It's a ton, and I'm not telling you what's going to happen or forecasting something, but I'm just relaying a fact. We have yet to see an NHL team go and win the Stanley Cup when any member of their roster is making more than $10 million. And when this extension kicks in, the Avs are going to have 3 players making more than $10 million.
And the cap goes up a little bit.
The cap does go up.
We do know that.
And eventually someone's going to win the Stanley Cup with a player making more than $10 million. It just hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. And so is there, I'll just speak for myself instead of asking the question. There is a little bit of fear that because Cale has played so great, and because Netsch has played so great, and because McKinnon's McKinnon and his greatness, these guys deserve the money, but will there be enough left over to build out 4 lines?
Well, and I was going to ask you, ZB, say Kale goes and wants the $18 or $19 million. Will that affect the Avs later on down the line with the window, right? We keep on talking about how the window is still open. Now, you don't believe it's as open as I do, but when you add that contract, and it's like, hey, we're paying Nate Dogg, we're paying Kale, you're paying Netches, the window starts to shut if you don't win it again. I mean, having that big-time contract on your books, that could affect you.
It could. But at the same time, you're not going to not pay Kale.
That's true.
Right? So it's like, you just become a little bit top-heavy. And so how much does that go into the calculus of Cale Makar sitting down at the negotiation table and trying to be reasonable, but yet get the money that you deserve?
Yeah.
And that's a razor's edge to walk here. So at the end of the day, how much do you think he accepts?
I think he's going to accept $17.5 million.
Okay.
$17.5 million for what he has done. I think he's going to wait until Quinn Hughes signs his contract, and then he's going to go for the $17.5 million. What do you think, Zeke?
$18 million. Yeah, I think $18 million. Take a couple million less. You get to walk away as the league's highest paid player and also say, I left a couple million on the table for the team.
For the team.
He loves the team. I'll only take 18.
Kale loves the team, baby.
I'll only take 18 million. I'm humble. So yeah, we'll see how it all. But one of the things to just keep in your back pocket, no deal accepted or expected to be announced anytime soon. This thing is in its infancy. It could be August before we hear about this contract. And that's not to worry anyone. That's to get out ahead of it and say, don't worry. It's going to get done. It's just probably not going to get done anytime soon. Okay, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver, and KARS-FM Laramie.
The 5 o'clock whistle, powered by Smart Local Union 9 sheet metal workers. Smart Local 9, where pride meets your future.
We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX.
Woo! Let's go, ZB. Put me in the game. Put me in free agency. Give me the money.
Wouldn't you love that? Wouldn't you love that?
I'll take the $18 million. I love the team. I'll save $2 million for the other players.
Yeah. And you remember not so long ago, we'll get to NBA stuff here in just a second, as free agency is now the door swung wide open. There was a thought in the not too distant past that no one can make $1 more than Nathan McKinnon's 12.6.
Yes. We talked about it all the time.
And it's like, no, he's going to blow past $12.6 million. Now, it's like fantasy hockey. What could you do with that type of cap savings if he ever did accept something like that? But I'll tell you what also kind of goes into the calculus here. At least I think it would for me. Is that when Cale Makar signed a 6-year, $54 million contract, that puppy felt like a bargain by the time the ink dried. And he is about to be done with this. And I do think that if everyone has an understanding that this dude, through his 20s, played on a garage sale level NHL contract comparatively to his skill set and talent.
Hopefully Kale's not listening, because he hears you say that. He's like, oh, I'm going for the 20.
This guy went on to be the Conn Smythe winner, the Norris winner multiple times.
The dude's great.
He is a Hall of Fame player who was in air quotes, underpaid comparatively. Does that go into the calculus of the new negotiation of you guys got the hometown discount for a long time, for a half decade? We want 20.
I mean, I would. If I was his agent, I'm going to get paid more money if we get to $20 million. Now, I'm not saying they're going to get there. But yeah, it's like, okay, now it's time to pay up. Time to pay up. He's done a lot, very consistent. He's a Hall of Famer. Give him the money.
And to add texture to my last statement of it's kind of being loose with my words, calling it a garage sale level discount. There's 12 other defensemen who make more money than Cale Makar.
Oh yeah,
12.
Oh yeah.
And so
go get your money, Cale.
Yeah. So it's one of these things where we'll see how it all ends up. I think it'll be between 17 and 20. I'll settle at 18. We'll see how it actually ages. Okay, so NBA free agency. opening up just about an hour and 3 minutes ago.
Any news? Any news, DB?
We have news, and we have like a bunch of NBA news, just like in general. Kawhi Leonard, I can't believe this is true, being traded back to the Toronto Raptors.
Now, is this a good thing for Kawhi, Toronto? Like, does it make them a contending team? Like, I know you've watched Toronto, just like Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic likes Toronto, so
Good memory.
Yeah.
Good memory. Yeah, because they're in the East, and if Kawhi can maintain the level of play, you could actually argue Kawhi Leonard had his best season as an NBA player this past year. I mean, he was great with a capital G, and you look at that level of play being paired with someone like Scotty Barnes, who is one of the best players in the entire NBA and really coming into his own at 24 years old, averaging over 18 points a game. And I think that that pairing combined with the rest of their roster, yeah, I think Toronto's going to be formidable. Also, I just have to mention this too, like the NBA has been investigating this aspiration case for like over a year, and quick summary of the story: there's a thought out there and an accusation that Kawhi Leonard picked the Los Angeles Clippers because yes, he got a max contract, but because Steve Ballmer, who is so rich, the NBA's richest owner, stashed away like another $50 million in a fake endorsement through this tree planting company called Aspiration. And there's no record of Kawhi Leonard doing anything for this tree company, but yet he's collecting these two different checks, one from the Clippers and one from Aspiration to do nothing. Doesn't make any sense.
Kawhi loves the trees, baby.
And so, he's got this uncle named Uncle Dennis who has basically steered his career, and they have really jerry-rigged the system in the NBA in so many different ways. He's kind of been a trailblazer of doing whatever the hell you want. And, like, he's the face of load management. And so, that whole thing. So,
ZB, you just bought some trees. Didn't you buy it from that?
I did. I did not buy it from
For that
Aspiration.
from Kawhi?
No. But we did just plant more trees in our backyard. But I'm mentioning that because there was a thought out there that if the NBA was going to punish Kawhi Leonard, they would step in before he was traded.
Okay.
And the fact that another organization just agreed to take him on, there's a thought within the league that, this, potential 50-game suspension, 1-year suspension, it's not going to take place because they wouldn't let a team like the Raptors get into the Kawhi business without knowing that a heavy-handed punishment was coming.
Yeah, that would suck. That would suck for Toronto, and it doesn't do any good for the NBA to have that happen. So what you're saying is Kawhi going to play this year.
I think he's going to play.
My man's going to collect the $50 million from the tree company and still be good.
Isn't that something? Like the NBA's max contract wasn't enough. They need more cheese on that Whopper, and they got it. So anyway, yes, stuff is happening left and right. Yeah, Kawhi going back to the Toronto Raptors. Tim Hardaway Jr., who just made the second most threes in the history of any Denver Nuggets regular season, is going to join Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bam Adebayo, Pat Riley, and Eric Spoelstra down in South Beach on a 1-year, $6.5 million contract. He came to Denver on a 1-year vet minimum contract, so think like $2.7 million. He doubles his salary for the work that he put in this past year in Denver. What a fun year to watch Tim Hardaway Jr. I'll remember his season in Denver for a very long time.
He actually he was my favorite player other than Jokic and, of course, AG when he was healthy. But Tim Hardaway Jr. coming off the bench, and I was sitting here, he can win Sixth Man of the Year. Like, he has a chance to do that. And one thing about Tim Hardaway Jr., Z, and you've said it all the time, the man is not afraid to shoot the ball.
Nope.
He's going to get in there, and once that ball touches his hands, it's already gone. Whether he makes it or he misses it, he does not care. It's like one snap and clear for that man, truly.
Yep.
And he was a great addition for the Denver Nuggets. Now, he didn't do as well as I wanted him to do in the postseason.
Like everyone else.
Yeah, right? But now he's going to the Heat. Great fit over there. He's going to be another vet to go with the veterans that are there. Add a little bit more scoring to what the Heat need. Not just big, length, and defensive-minded, but now they can have a scorer come off the bench. And he's from Florida. So it's a win-win situation for Tim Hardaway Jr., and he's a pro's pro. There's not one bad thing I can say about Tim Hardaway Jr. other than just like the other team we just got done talking about, could have done better in the postseason.
Yeah, and he goes now and plays where his pappy once crossed people over in South Beach. I mean, Tim Hardaway Sr. was an absolute demon with the basketball in his hands for the Miami Heat. And so that's kind of a full circle thing. You get to play for the same team your dad played for. Yeah, that's good stuff there. We know that LeBron James is leaving Los Angeles after 8 years. The longest stretch LeBron played for any team in his career was the one that he is now leaving in Tinseltown, nearly a decade in Los Angeles. It's coming to a close. The thought is that he's going to go join Steph Curry with the Golden State Warriors, along with Draymond Green, and along with Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, I heard like Anthony Davis too, maybe, that they're trying to get Anthony Davis.
And potentially Anthony Davis as well.
What in the world is going on?
So this is where...
Like what?
Like, do I think that team is going to go win the championship? I don't. Do I think that they're formidable in the Western Conference? Do I think they're going to be a pain in the butt to play if all those guys are healthy? Then that you could say that's a big if, with Porzingis and Curry.
Yeah, but see, it's just the star power, though.
Yeah.
Just like butts and seats. Everybody's going to be there every single night wanting to see those guys play.
Well, here's the thing. It'll be the biggest theme of the NBA season.
Yes.
If this does happen, I'm just preparing you guys for like a sports media standpoint, from a First Take, the debate shows, ESPN, Fox Sports, national media. They're going to be printing ratings talking about LeBron and Steph, joining with Anthony Davis. And because here's the thing with Draymond Green. LeBron, right, has been a Hall of Famer for probably 15 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry has been a Hall of Famer for many years now. Anthony Davis is also going to the Hall of Fame, and so is Draymond Green.
So Draymond Green is going to go. There was something with was it Chuck?
Yeah.
Or no, Charles Barkley.
Yeah, Charles Barkley.
And Draymond kind of going at it with each other about kind of, I think it was Charles Barkley saying, you're not going to go to the Hall of Fame right now.
Oh,
if you remember that, Z. And Draymond kind of got upset. This was like on live TV, and they were kind of going at it.
They were. I remember
Okay.
it. And it was tense, and Draymond just needs to learn to relax a little bit. He just bit off more than he can chew.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he actually disrespected Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley was much more accomplished player than Draymond Green. But yeah, Draymond Green, surefire, stone cold lock to be in the Hall of Fame. This is a guy who was the best defender on 4 different championship teams. This is a guy who has been, an all-NBA player multiple times. This is a guy who, was the defensive player of the year. This is a guy who was first-team all-NBA defense 5 different times, second all-NBA defense, second team 4 different times. This is a guy who's also led the league in steals. He's just, it's done. It's over. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Everybody that's going to be in that starting 5 will be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and Jimmy Butler's still there as well.
Jimmy Butler, I forgot. Jimmy Buckets.
And the reality is, at a certain point, Jimmy Butler would probably go to the Hall of Fame. So, like, you could have 5 Hall of Fame players on one team. Doesn't mean it's going to work.
Well, I'm going to say, how is that going to work?
I watched Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kobe Bryant try to, super friends it up, and it didn't work. Now they made it to the finals and lost to, Billups and the Pistons. But it doesn't mean it's going to work. But it also doesn't mean it's not going to work. These are all guys who are probably on the same page of like, we've accomplished a lot individually. Let's try to all make this work together. But here's the thing. This is why I don't like this deal for the Denver Nuggets, because the Warriors inarguably just got better.
Yes.
And harder to beat.
That's a fact.
Inarguably. Okay. That they missed the postseason. They're going to be in postseason contention, at least play in contention, try to keep guys healthy, and then push all their chips in during the playoffs. So the Warriors in the Western Conference just got better. But also, I believe with every ounce of me, the Lakers were damn near begging LeBron James to walk out the door, and they're going to free up a ton of cap space, and the Lakers are about to get better. So a team that you were already jockeying with on the Western Conference totem pole is about to get better in Los Angeles. A team that you weren't jockeying with on the totem pole in the Western Conference in Golden State is going to get better. And then you look at Portland, they're going to get better. You look at Utah, definitive. I think they're in the postseason next year.
You said this. Now you called your shot on this one. I'm going to hold you to it.
I think they're in the playoffs next year. They're going to be much better. So the Western Conference, around like the Nuggets' neighbors, are all upgrading their yards, new cars in the driveway.
See, let's stick with the Lakers. All right, you said the Lakers are going to get better. But how are they going to get better if they're moving on from LeBron James? I know Luke is there. I know you got Austin Reeves that's coming back, and he was dealing with the injury during the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Is there somebody that they're getting ready to go get? Or is it just like they're going to be better just because LeBron James is off the team?
No, like they're going to do something with that money. Like could they add Kevin Durant? Could they put an offer sheet in front of Peyton Watson?
See, that's where I was thinking. Is this going to help Peyton Watson go back to California, go back to L.A.?
Yeah.
And now you have Luka, you have Austin Reeves, and now you have a young Peyton Watson that's only getting better every single year. That right there is kind of scary to like, all right, everybody else is getting better. The Lakers are for sure going to be better, and where are the Denver Nuggets at?
Yeah, and we still have not gotten news here. In real time, we're sitting in the studio. It's 5:14 if you're listening live and not after the fact on the Drive podcast, available at DenverSports.com, Spotify, iTunes. We don't have any real news. And like draft night 1 and 2, I went into today expecting to get some form of news. Now, I was wrong both of those times, and we'll see, what we're in store for here for the next handful of hours this evening. But we don't have news. And in the unique position that the Nuggets are in, and you said this during a commercial break earlier today, even if there's no news, it will be news. Because of what we've been expecting to take place here, this shoot a drop of shedding salary. And again, thought it was going to happen night 1 on draft night. Didn't happen. Nuggets don't make a pick. They move back for 2 second-round picks. Still confused by that. To a certain degree. I think they're trying to fill out roster spots with with NBA minimum deals. Cam Johnson. I came into today expecting him to get dealt as the most likely candidate to shed salary. No news on that front. You were expecting the number 1 candidate to be Aaron Gordon to shed salary. No news on that front. And the longer this goes, the more questions I have about what the intentions are of the Nuggets. And I can't make heads and tails of, are they not shedding this salary because they don't have business partners to do deals with them? Or is there a thought, because Jokic, there's this report that he's thinking about not signing that extension, could the organization say, you want to know what? We don't see anything meaningful to do in terms of a big splash. We're going to run it back with our guys that we just won. What, they win 53 games or whatever it was?
53.
We won 53 games. We are banged up, and we're going to talk ourselves into our best chance of winning the most games, which was the goal that Josh Kroenke said. What's the goal of the Jokic era?
To win as many games as possible.
Couple of years ago, it was to win a championship. And he actually said that, I think it was after the 24 postseason, that we didn't win a championship, and that was a failure. Okay? And then this time he's asked, what's the goal? And he said to win the most games. And if you don't want to piss off Jokic, and if Jokic is sitting there with his arms crossed saying, dude, if they cut salary and I'm in the middle of my prime and I just finished runner-up for MVP, if the goal of this offseason is to shed salary, there's no way I'm signing that deal. And they know that that's the case. And when Ben Tenzer was asked about the, Nuggets, situation with Jokic, he said this.
You guys have had ongoing conversations with him, I assume, just about the extension. Just wanted to know where those conversations are progressing. Do you feel confident about that that'll go as smoothly as possible?
Yeah, we just can't comment on any of that because of the league rules, but
And that was a lie.
That the lie detector determined
that was a lie. Yes, you can comment.
You got to get that in there.
He's your player. He's under contract. It's not a league rule to talk. Now, not that he's going to break down and itemize what's going on with a negotiation, but the fact that his reaction in that moment was to tell a lie, right? And I'm not calling Ben Tenzer some the snake or something like that at all, right? But his natural reaction was to tell a falsehood. That could be an indicator of where things stand between he and the organization, and it syncs up with Mark Stein's report that Jokic is considering not signing the extension. Maybe KSC finds himself in a position like, you want to know what? It ain't perfect, but we have a pretty good team. We'll pay the luxury tax bill of over $200 million, and that means, and going into the second apron, paying Peyton Watson and bringing back Cam Johnson.
So you are saying you're going to pay Peyton Watson still? in this case, right? You're running it back with the core in paying Payton Watson the $28-30 million.
Well, he's a restricted free agent, so the only reason that you wouldn't is because you don't want to pay the price tag.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you bring back some of these guys, AG, Cam Johnson, bring them all back, Jamal, bring them all back, and you
come on down to the barbecue,
and you don't pay Payton Watson, the only reason would be because you don't want to spend the money. He's a restricted free agent. You control where he's going to play next year. So they're still, but if they do all of that, if they bring everyone back and pay P. Watt, you're into the second apron. You're paying the repeater tax, which is over $200 million. And I told you I would crack an egg on my face and wear egg on my face.
I can't wait to see that.
I just don't think that that's coming. So this is why I'm like, on a day like today, I'm like, damn, still no news.
Well, and this is why I thought maybe AG would be the one out the door. Because you could replace AG with someone like Payton Watson, young, athletic, rangy, two-way player right now, and you would have to pay P. Watt. Now, I don't know how much that's going to be. We talked about $28-30 million. Maybe it's 26.
Crazy.
And P. Watt wants to get paid more than Christian Brown. Okay, I understand that. But now you move on from AG, save $32 million this year, and you said in the span of his contract, you save almost $100 million.
Yeah, over. I think it's $103 million.
Okay, and then you pay P. Watt that money. I could see something like that happening, but in order for that to happen, there still has to be some type of move, which the Denver Nuggets haven't made any moves yet.
No. So it's one of these things where it's I just don't know what's next. But what I think I know, and maybe I'll just be dead wrong about this. In the last 6 weeks of me warning everyone about the repeater tax and luxury tax, that's why I'd be wearing the egg on my face physically. Maybe I'll just be dead wrong, and they are like, you want to know what? We're not pissing off the big fella. We're going to the second apron. We're going to win 55 games next year. We're going to be hosting a first round. We're going to be healthy. We're going to have a different approach, and we're going to go try to win the NBA championship that everyone, including me, and I'm raising my hand, that they had the goods to do it, and that's their approach. But I still don't think that will be good enough to win an NBA title.
Well, I was going to ask you, how would you feel about that then, Z? Overall, that might be their best chance to win a championship. And it still doesn't sound sexy. It still doesn't sound like, hey, it's not hitting my ears the right way. Although I'm like, you might as well run it back if you can't find somebody else to come in and help out. Are you going to be okay with it? We're going to come here and do the job. Are we going to talk ourselves into having a chance to win the championship?
I would have to be open-minded about the rebound, but at the same time, this is a group that won 2 postseason games. And yes, P. Watt wasn't out there. Yes, Aaron Gordon was banged up again. There's nothing in, like the NBA gods contract that says Aaron Gordon is going to be healthy for you in the postseason. He hasn't played in 16 consecutive games since the title, and now he's going to stay healthy through a whole playoff run.
Or P. Watt in this case.
Or P. Watt. I mean, we have to remember, it was the hamstring, and then he had a setback during the rehab, and then tried to come back and pulled it for a third time. I mean,
And you're going to pay this man $30 million, a guy that honestly, hey, perfect timing. Shout out Shador. Perfect timing when it comes to your contract. You're hot. You're beating some of these teams that are trying to tank. All right, you're having the best year of your career, so now you're going to get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yet you haven't done enough. You haven't been consistent enough to be making maybe $28-30 million, Z. That's what's crazy about this. And the Nuggets may have to do that to keep P. Watt.
They may have to. They may have to. So, look, it's not my job to put lipstick on the situation, all right? So I'm not going to. But I'm trying to find avenues for positivity, right? And there's not enough of them that come natural.
Well, maybe after the dust settles and clears, then maybe we can be more positive. But right now, it just seems like where is this going? You don't know what's going to happen with Jokic, although we do both agree he's going to sign that paper. Okay, almost $300 million on the table. You're going to take that. Okay, you don't know what's going to happen with P. Watt. Who knows? Somebody could send in an offer for P. Watt and now forcing the Denver Nuggets to decide what they want to do. Do they want to match it or do they want to let this man walk? So you have to deal with that. And then also, Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson, what do you do with them? There are so many things that the Denver Nuggets have to worry about. And I think we just have to sit back and wait. And then we can be positive once it's all said and done. Ben Tinzer and John Wallace are in the media or with the media, talking about this is what it's going to be this year, which is damn, here we go.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, you have the report, we talked about this yesterday, that the Nuggets want to bring in a former head coach to be David Adelman's assistant.
Yeah, talk about this, Z. What's going on with that?
And so the name that is popping up there is Dave Yeager, all right, who is a former coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, former coach of the Memphis Grizzlies and Sacramento Kings. He was an assistant for the Milwaukee Bucks most recently, an assistant for the Sixers, but a head coaching experience. And how do you think Adelman's going to like that?
Honestly, Z, I don't give a damn what Adelman thinks. He had his opportunity
Me either.
this year.
Me either.
What it's telling David Adelman is you're not good enough. Now, he should feel some type of way because it's like, man, you hired me to be a head coach, and now you're bringing somebody in that could be my replacement, but obviously he's my babysitter, and maybe I have to answer to him. I have to ask him how he feels about something before putting it out there. I mean, you're going to feel disrespected, but for David Adelman, it's like, dude, you're definitely not qualified to do this job, and so now they're bringing in somebody else to help you out.
Yeah, and don't forget what Josh Kroenke said in 2022 when Tim Connolly walked out the door. This was the organizational philosophy when it came to the general manager of the Denver Nuggets.
With Calvin in particular, I think, well, I'll start, I guess, from a front office perspective. When Tim was hired in 2013, I kind of made a pact with myself and discussions internally with KSE. We kind of wanted to have the next man on staff in case something happened. And so we kind of have always operated under the guise of kind of a revolving shark's teeth kind of system since 2013. Tim, Arturas, now Calvin.
So that's their organizational philosophy, that he made a pact, that's a promise to myself, that the organizational structure within KSC is the next man has to be in the building.
ZB, I don't care. Nobody is doing what you just did here, right? Bringing in this information. Nobody's putting in that work to bring in this right here, Z. This is crazy, man.
Appreciate it. But,
yeah.
But if that's their organizational philosophy, David Adelman was in the building. He got promoted. You mark my words. Here on June 30th, 2026, if the Denver Nuggets hire Dave Yeager, he will be the next coach of the Denver Nuggets. Hey, take it to the bank. Take it, book it. Take it to the bank. If they hire that man, he is the next coach of the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh.
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
It's a lot.
You only hear it here on the drive, baby.
I'll tell you what, it's a lot. So we will pass along any relevant news concerning the Denver Nuggets here as free agency. That door has swung wide open. We just don't have any real meaty Denver Nuggets news just yet. That could change any second. Okay, the NFL's top 100 list continues to trickle out today. What Denver Bronco that won't make the list will have the best chance to be on it next year based on what you expect them to do this year? That's next.
The countdown is on. Broncos training camp is less than a month away. Rookies report July 22nd. Veterans hit Broncos Park powered by Common Spirit on the 28th. Bo Nix is expected back at full speed. Sean Payton skipping joint practices to maximize every rep. And it all builds toward a season opener on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. From camp battles to kickoff, Denver Sports has you covered. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
Is your budget feeling a little rocky? You dealing with an avalanche of spending? Are you trying to find the right financial nuggets? I've been there, trust me. Josh Dover here to tell you how my money is going further these days. That's why I like BOK Financial. It's why I love what they're doing with Let's Talk Money. It's about paying a little more attention to the financial stuff we all tend to avoid. Visit BOKFinancial.com to learn more, to learn how that money you're saving can go further. Let's talk money. BOK Financial, member FDIC, conditions apply.
Your windows are calling.
They have something to say.
Here's the truth. The window's only part of it. In Colorado, even a great window can fail if it's not installed right. That's what really determines what lasts. That's why I trust Gravinus Window Center of Littleton. Installation is where the conversation starts. They've served Denver and the Front Range for over 50 years, and right now, get 25% off Infinity by Marvin Windows. Visit windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Dan, I'm not looking to get rich, but I'm not sure what to do. It's something we hear a lot at 303-LAW-4040 from people. They've been hurt. They just don't know what to do next. Should they talk to the insurance company? Who's going to pay their medical bills? What if they have to miss work? They don't want to call a lawyer, and they certainly don't want to sue anyone, but they just don't know what to do. Here, take one of our small town clients. He was seriously hurt on his neighbor's property. Tough as nails, salt of the earth guy, and all he was looking to do was the right thing. He said, Dan, I have to live in this town, and I want to be able to hold my head up high when I walk down the street. So if you're talking about suing my neighbor, I'm not interested. I explained that we probably wouldn't have to sue anybody, and we certainly weren't going to hurt his neighbor. In the end, we got him $1.5 million, and he could still hold his head up high in that small town. If you've been hurt, you don't have to feel guilty for calling 303-LAW-4040. We are here to help and fight for what's fair. We don't farm you out to a call center. In fact, we give all of our clients our cell phone numbers. We hope you never need us, but save that number in your phone just in case. It's 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040. At Siltahar Motors, Ford and Lincoln employee pricing wraps up on July 6th. If it's been on your list, now's the time. You pay what Ford employees pay on hundreds of new vehicles. Thousands off sticker, no negotiating. The price is the price. Employee pricing won't last, but Siltahar always has something great coming. 66 years of finding ways to take care of Colorado. See all that is available at sthmotors.com, Highway 36 and Wadsworth. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recyclon Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recyclon.org/Colorado.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Spine One. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain. Well, my guys at Spine One, they're an emergency room for back pain with same-day appointments. They'll see you and they'll get the journey started. And that's exactly what I did. Whether it's chronic pain, acute pain, work-related, sports-related, doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up the phone and start your journey just like I did toward pain-free. 303-367-2225. That's 303-367-BACK. Or as always, you can find them online at spineone.com.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is glove, Glove. Text glove to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's glove to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Bottom half hour number 4. Shifting gears here a little bit. And real quick, I want to read one RamosLaw.com text before we shift gears. 303-713-1043.
Uh-oh.
Going through the history of the Nuggets and digging up a quote from 2022 talking about promoting from within in administration roles, and Josh Kroenke making a pact to himself, a promise to himself that the next guy to have that job, he's got to be in the building. And I said, there's this report, we talked about it yesterday, Dave Yeager potentially jumping on the Nuggets staff, almost like a babysitter.
He's for sure a babysitter.
Like a Nathaniel Hackett they hired, what was his name? Oh my gosh.
Older dude.
Yeah, the older dude.
He won a couple games.
He went 1-1 in the last 2 games. Dante, you remember the name of the
It wasn't Jerry
hand holder for Nathaniel Hackett in the 2022 season? Came at the end of the year. I want to say it starts with an R. Jerry Rosberg.
Yeah,
yes,
Jerry.
That was it. Jerry Rosberg. Yes. And it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? And so I said, hey, mark my words. With that sort of organizational philosophy, if they hire Dave Yeager as a top assistant, then he will be the next head coach of the Denver Nuggets. And on the RamosLaw.com text line, I have to have fun with this. Ha ha ha, joke's on you. Anyone with half a brain knew that this proposed helper coach, no matter who it ends up being, is actually going to be the coach sooner than later. Hold on a second, bud. Hold on a second. Joke's on me. Joke's on me? I was one of the only hosts in this entire market that said, do not hire David Adelman.
Oh, you got him going now.
The rest of the market was cheerleading the hire. He earned it. Quote, he in package in some version of he earned it. The players want him. We had an entire radio station agree that Adelman was the right hire. We had most of this radio station say, you have to move forward with Adelman. He just proved it to you. And I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Do not do this. Do a full-blown search.
Yes.
If you get to the end of that search and Adelman ultimately is the hire, then okay. But, you cannot hire a rookie head coach and him be the steward for the second half of Jokic's prime. That's what you shouldn't do. It was always ill-advised. And then I was super critical when they made the hire, and then he turned around and hired a first-time offensive coordinator in J.J. Barea and a first-time defensive coordinator in Jared Dudley. It's just inexperience up and down, from the co-GMs to the coach to the top assistants.
But that's a recipe for success, huh?
Dude, it's like, and then now you have those same people who were cheerleading the move, talking about how David Adelman can't coach and rubbing his face in it. And I would just say, well, how many of you guys wanted him to be the coach? We're 365 days removed from that. And so don't, hey, bud, 80-42, don't lump me in there. Don't lump me in there.
80-42, sleep with one eye open, Betty.
Because at the time, it was a bit uncomfortable going against the grain because everyone is almost in unison talking about David Adelman. David Adelman. Okay. Well, where's that energy now? It was always ill-advised. Always.
And so now he has a babysitter.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And the next head coach of the Denver Nuggets when this doesn't work out, because it's not going to work out if they don't make the right moves and they can't stay healthy. In 2 straight years, the Denver Nuggets haven't been able to stay healthy. And this year, it bit them in the butt. They weren't able to get out the first round. They got beat by some backups. But David Adelman, he's the head coach.
Yeah, and someone else saying, man, you can't, like, Jared Bednar had a terrible first season. You have to, give Adelman a longer runway. Dude, 2 different scenarios. I can't believe I have to explain this. Jared Bednar inherited the worst situation in the NHL.
Yeah.
The worst team in the league. That's what he inherited. David Adelman inherited a group of champions with the league's MVP on it. Those 2 situations are not created equal.
And David Adelman's been there. It's not like this was David Adelman's first time being with the staff. Like, he was on the staff already with Michael Malone. Betsy wasn't. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like, no.
Yeah, and Patrick Waugh walked away super late in the process. It was such a late hire.
Yes.
They couldn't be more different. They could not be more different. Okay. Shifting gears. NFL's top 100 list continues to trickle out. I'm sorry I got sidetracked. We'll get us back,
Who was it? 856?
To business.
Thanks a lot, 856.
Man, oh gosh. Okay. Who will not be on the NFL's top 100 list that you believe this time next year will be, because that's how bullish you are on their 2026 season? We'll hear from Phil next.
Colton, Drury, and Nichushkin all gone. New faces are already in the fold, with the entire blue line back as well after a Western Conference final sweep that still stings. How will the Avs retool around McKinnon for another cup run? Every trade, every signing, every take. Denver Sports has you covered all summer long. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
Summer should be a time of joy for children, but Wish kids often miss out due to their illness, creating a dark chapter during a time that should be filled with sunshine and memories. A wish from Make-A-Wish Colorado can change everything for these children, giving them the strength and hope they need to persevere in their fight against critical illness. My name is Carrie Fletcher. I'm part of the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. Today, Alpine Bank hopes you'll decide to make a life-changing impact in the life of Colorado Wish kids by supporting Make-A-Wish Colorado. There are currently more than 450 Colorado kids with critical illnesses who are waiting for a life-changing wish, and 110 more kids will be diagnosed this summer. You can help make their wishes come true. Visit wish.org/Colorado to help Make-A-Wish Colorado grant some memorable wishes this summer.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General contractors, are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit wilhitewins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit wilhitewins.com.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. For an 8% scheduling incentive and a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments, go to drhi.com. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right.
Hey guys, did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? They have low energy, low sex drive, low motivation, and barely recognize themselves. But 100% of them can get it all back and feel like themselves again at Low T Center. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic, changing lives since 2009. Their expert providers work to tailor TRT plans to every man to get his levels back to where they need to be. They can help you get your energy, your focus, and sex drive back. They can even work with most major insurance providers. So head over to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone tests. Fixmylowt.com.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
no care for my local hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Don't get fooled by out-of-state private equity corporations that are buying local HVAC companies, offering higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. Don't trust your home to someone out of state when you have the best company right here in town. ROX are experts in local energy rebates and tax credits to save you money only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
All new drinks are now at McDonald's, with refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry flavors and cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here, now at McDonald's.
Refreshers contain caffeine.
This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. I'm here with Larry. The IRS is really hounding you. It's escalating. They even assigned a person to your case.
Saying that we owed a bunch of money because of clerical error. We didn't know that at the time. They were going to collect a bunch of money for it.
They're literally just beating you up.
Oh, yeah. Certified mail letters coming and the IRS telling us they're going to levy our checking accounts. And then, when the guy shows up at your front door, you figure, we better do something.
Yeah. How much did you really have to pay them?
It started out the IRS telling us that we owed them $15,000.
That's real money.
By the time Advanced Tax Solutions got done, the number was zero.
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 That's the perfect solution, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's the best number. Our stress is gone. We're not dealing with the IRS anymore. We haven't since we went and met with Advanced Tax Solutions.
Thank you so much for coming in. That just means so much to me.
Not a problem.
Every situation is different. And if we can give you a hand, it's 303-753-6040 or jump online at advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Final segment here on a Tuesday. That feels like a Thursday. Full disclosure, we will be off on Thursday and Friday. And we have fill-ins those days, Dante, do we know?
Yeah, I think we'll have Kyle Reese and Mike Rice.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But more importantly, you can catch the Thursday midday show.
Thursday midday show.
Yeah.
That must involve yourself.
Yeah, like what's going on?
Yeah, it'll be me and Dan Jacobs.
Okay, that'll be fun. All right. We're going to be off for the long weekend for 4th of July. All right. And then even fuller disclosure, I'm going to be off the whole following next week. And in what I am pretty sure is the longest stretch of time I will have without working in any way, shape, or form in years. Bro, I'm 39. I think I was like 22 was the summer I was like graduating from college that I just hung out for a couple months and partied.
You're going on abroad, huh? You're going overseas, huh?
I am not.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm staying inside the United States. We are, I'm just going to take some time off with the family and I'll be back. But I will miss you guys. And I know that I'll be itching, to come back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not used to missing that many shows.
By 3 days, you're going to be itching.
Probably.
Probably. You're in good hands, man. You get to have fun with your family, deal with some other family stuff that's going on.
Yep.
And then come back ready to roll.
Do you know who you're working with, or will it be a combination?
I don't know. I think I'm going to just do a 4-hour show by myself.
Okay. That would, all right. Well, God bless our ratings.
No, I really don't know. My guessing is Will. I don't know who else they'll have.
Okay. All right.
It's half Anilo, half Will.
Okay.
Okay. That'll be fun. All right. I asked the question going into the break. The NFL Top 100 list continues to trickle out. All right. What Bronco that won't make the list will have the best chance to be on it next year based on how bullish you are heading into the 26th season.
Yeah, I'm very bullish on this guy, and as long as he can stay healthy, he will make the NFL Top 100 list this upcoming year, and that's J.K. Dobbins.
J.K.?
Mr. J.K. Dobbins, step into my office. J.K. Dobbins is a phenomenal running back when healthy. All right, this year with the Denver Broncos, 10 games, went for over 700 yards, had 4 touchdowns, but we know why. R.J. Harvey, the pet cat, was getting all the touchdowns. So for J.K., if he can stay healthy, he's going to have a great year. Why? Because the team is back together. Bo Nix is going to take that next step. All right, so now you're going to have to have all eyes on Bo Nix. You have Jalen Waddle and Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant. So now you're going to spread the field out. What does that mean? The safety can't come down in the box and stop the run. All right, and what I mean by that is an extra guy on the line of scrimmage. Now you have to put him back there to make sure you have eyes on Court and Jalen Waddle at all times. Now you have easier running lanes. The offensive line has been put together for 3 to 4 years now. I was going to say 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, it is that long.
And so for J.K. Dobbins, if he can stay healthy, if he can be patient in the backfield like he has and like he is, have that great vision like he knows he has, he can have a great year and go over 1,000 yards and go and get invited to the NFL Top 100 list this upcoming year.
Well, I think players, because this is voted on by the players,
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
players are, if J.K. gives them evidence, I think players will be eager to vote for J.K. because of his story.
Yeah.
And every player that will cast a vote has been injured. And so there's got to be like almost like some not like it would be like a sympathy vote, but like J.K. Dobbins is awesome. If J.K. Dobbins has his cleats on, he's awesome.
Yes.
He just has had them off more than he's had them on. He's missed more games than he's ever played in. So that's his story. But if he can stay healthy I would say for him to get on the top 100 list 1 year from now, he needs to play in 15 games.
I like that.
And if he plays in 15 games, by his per game mark, which was 77 yards per game, which is fabulous. His per game mark, I mean, he would be, over 1,100 yards, and by the numbers this past year, had he played in 15 games with that 77 yards per game, he would have been the 10th best running back by yardage in the NFL. Now, like you said, it'd be nice to get some more goal line touches.
Give him some touchdowns now.
And I do wonder, do you think that was discussed in any way, shape, or form when he came back? Was that discussed in any way with Sean Payton?
100%, ZB. It was discussed that, hey, look, man, I need more opportunities at the goal line. It can't be I get us all the way down there, and then you guys bring in Coleman this year or R.J. Harvey to get these creative plays so they can get these easy touchdowns. Like, give me at least one crack at the end zone. If I don't get it in on that opportunity, then you can go with R.J. Harvey or Coleman if you want to go with them. But give me that chance. I know for me, that's exactly what I would say.
Yeah.
And I was upset a couple times when I would get us down there when I was playing with the Denver Broncos, and they were bringing Melvin Gordon.
Right.
And now Melly Mel gets to do his touchdown dance while I'm sitting there clapping my hands saying good job when I know I should have been the one in the end zone.
Right.
So we're all human. We all want to be able to,
of course,
touch that end zone a couple times.
And Dobbins is so outspoken.
He is.
I mean, he is a riot. He really is. Just to see him out at these practices and, last year at training camp, and he's just so vocal. He is just like, he's the Malcolm Roach of the offense. You can hear him before you see him. And it wouldn't shock me if it was like put in like the form of like a joke either. Like he's about to sign his contract. Like, hey, Sean, you gonna do right by me? Down,
you gonna let me score a touchdown or two?
Tight goal line. Like if I get us down there. But yeah, I'd be willing to bet in some way, shape, or form he communicated that to Sean Payton. I think you're right on that. All right, we'll see. We'll see. In terms of a player that is not on the top 100 list, on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043, our guy Big Perm, who texts in, he texts into the show as much as anyone ever has at this radio station, and he says it's got to be Waddle. It's got to be Jalen Waddle after he has over 100 catches and over 1,200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I think Waddle is probably the easy answer.
Yeah.
The new addition that's going to get fed quite a bit by a pass-first offense. You could definitely see Waddle there in the mix. I don't think it's crazy, and we'll see. But I don't think it's crazy if Cortland Sutton has another year where he's over 1,000 yards and 7-8 touchdowns the way that he has here these last couple years. I think that he is. Are we sure he's not going to pop up on the top 100?
If he does, he's that dark horse one, right? Because he deserves to be up there. I think he was 10th, maybe 13th when it comes to the receiving.
It was
yards.
Something like that. I'll find out officially here in a second.
And very consistent. He's been around the league for a very long time, so people know him.
15 touchdowns the last 2 years.
15 touchdowns. So I could see him pop up on this list, but I think that if you were to see him, it'd be here soon. He's not going to get to like 40 and something like that. So, who knows? Who knows? He deserves to be on the list. He's very consistent at what he does.
He was the 13th leading receiver. Think about this. Cortland Sutton, and playing the same amount of games, okay? Cortland Sutton was right around 30 yards difference from Justin Jefferson this past year.
Put some respect on that man's name.
He's a good player. He's a good receiver. If the Broncos are good again and he is putting up another 1,000-yard year and has 7-8 touchdowns, definitely a candidate. And there are others, and we'll continue this conversation here throughout the summer. Guys, thank you so much for being with us here on a Tuesday. We are stepping aside. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. But for now, it's Denver Sports Tonight. Next.
The Rockies aren't winning the West, but they might be one of the most fun teams in baseball now. Rookie TJ Rumfield is raking. Hunter Goodman's launching homers at a rate that has all-star voters and trade deadline scouts paying attention. Mickey Moniak is back healthy, and Sid Satella's having a career year out of the bullpen. The trade deadline's August 3rd. Who stays? Who goes? What's the new front office building toward? Denver Sports is all over it. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found Tax Relief Advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
Summer is a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your tan or abs. Guys, I'm talking